ones, the speedster character that I created. I fleshed her story out a long time ago, and I did it in a way that was a little unique from the rest of the ones that I did, as far as the way I put it on the document. I generated images of different stages of her life, starting off with the established shot of where she's from, Clearview, this little town called Clearview. So it has I put made an establishment shot of that, and of course, comic book illustration style. And then I have a picture of her. She was a track star in school. Got a picture of her, bent down on one knee. She got the number right here on the shit with the track clothes on the track. And then I have one of the accident where she got into the car accident, and it's an ambulance there. The car's flipped over, all that, and then her going into the military because she couldn't. She was trying to go to the Olympics, but her knee never really healed the way it was, so she couldn't do that shit no more. So she went to the military. Then that's the whole thing with her getting connected with Garrick because of her merit in the military, whatever, to get known for doing certain shit. He recruited her and then put her through that process or whatever. So I took those pictures and put that shit in Luma one at a time. And nigga, that shit looks like a little cartoon sequence of the Clearview town. You see traffic riding through the shit. I think if I'd have rolled the dice on it again, I could have got the clouds to move too. But I was satisfied with that though, right? So I had that shit. Now I didn't know what to do with her on one knee, waiting to run or whatever. I didn't know what to do with that, so I left that alone. And I didn't know what to do with the military picture I had of her. I had two military pictures. One of her holding a gun with the little helmet on, the flat jacket and all that shit, and then one of her in her dress uniform with a bunch of other motherfuckers behind her and shit like that. I didn't know what to do with that. But when the last pic, we on? Mhm. Okay. Really? Let me go check. I'm about to go look. Let us know if we live, y'all. Let, let us know if we live out this motherfucker. All right. Yeah, we are live. We're live. We live. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. First of all, this is what we didn't know. I didn't know that was the thing. First time for you, first time for us. I didn't know that was the thing. That traffic can be heavy. And what I told SBJ was, I think I know what happened. Beginning of the summer, lot lot of niggas had breakups. They not handling it well. So in order for a form of self therapy, they doing podcasts. They podcasting, but y'all can't hear me though. Mhm. It's on OBS. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's been years. Is it? What? Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. Yo, they didn't fix that shit. You know what I think it is? See, this is why competition is good. Competition is good because there were other apparatuses out here and applications that allows you to stream easy. Just click a button, connected to a profile, bam. Maybe more people started going to use that because it's a simple startup. And to be fair, on YouTube, I do see a bunch of people using StreamYard. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy amount of people using StreamYard now, right? So they probably said, "Shit, we gotta fix that.
Right,
we gotta
right.
fix that."
All right, so now They might be able to hear me, but there might be an echo. Look, y'all, we doing all this on the fly.
Fuck it, we doing it live.
So let me know if there's an echo. Because I'm looking at the screen.
Yeah, because now I gotta put because StreamYard's not streaming live. No. I don't get to see the comments live. Right. So I that's why I'm looking on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna move this over to another screen. That way, I got both of them up at the same time.
Yo, I don't know.
This shit is crazy, bro.
Nothing about I done forgot everything about OBS.
Of course you have. Of course.
Properties. First of all, I gotta make myself stereo. I done forgot how to do that. Audio input capture. Oh, sorry, mono. There we go. All right, so that's good. I'm low. How am I low? Shit. Yo. Say something to him.
Something to him.
Nobody tell you yell, nigga. Advanced properties. Oh yeah, it's going to sound different. No, it's going to sound different.
It's going to sound different. Yeah, it's going to sound different.
Yeah, we had to do this shit on the complete fly. Like,
yeah.
What? Oh, hold on. All right, who's? Oh, it's good now. Okay. All right,
bet.
Bruh, listen. So, you know what? Because of what just happened, I'm going to go into like this one part that we were going to talk about anyway, but now I gotta do it first.
Yeah.
Now I absolutely gotta do it first.
Yeah.
So something I had seen on Twitter that gave me absolute joy.
Oh shit.
Absolute joy.
What joy was that?
Somebody posted on Twitter, why are IT guys such dicks?
Okay, well, before you work in the field, but before you do that, I'm just going to say my observation. I'm going to tell you why. It's a couple of reasons, I think, actually. One reason is that while everyone these days uses computers, most of you motherfuckers don't know how they work. And a lot of the time, a fix for something is super simple. And if you cared enough to handle your tools a certain type of way, they wouldn't fuck up. So when a motherfucker sees the same very easy, very diagnosable, very troubleshooting thing constantly popping up and you calling me to do this shit, it does kind of skew the way you see other people about that shit. The other reason might be because, and this is just from my observation from the outside looking in, I can't stand you IT fuckers because y'all get to do shit. When I was running the sanitation department at Phillips I would send guys.
You going back here?
That's right. Send guys into the office, the IT office, to make sure the office is clean. Make sure the trash is taken out. Make sure any fucking Starbucks cups or whatever ain't just sitting around. Make sure the windows are clean. All that other shit, I would send guys in there. I would send them in, but I wouldn't go in myself because I got busy other shit.
Right.
It just so happened that one time I really wasn't that busy, so I went in there and follow up to see what some of my crew was doing.
Right.
And as I walk into the room, what do I see? A bunch of geeky goodness. I see posters on the wall of X-Files. I see those little bobblehead motherfucking things, Star Wars shit on top of their computers and on their tables and shit. And then I look at what they're wearing. I look at the clothes that they're wearing. Meanwhile, mind you, previously, you know what I see? I'm the head of sanitation. Of course you know what I see. Trash.
Well,
I'm out there on the dock. It's trash. Every place I go, it's the remains of something nice that is now trash. And that's what I see. I come to work smelling a certain way. I leave smelling a different way, right? Trash, right? So when I walk in that room and see these perfectly manicured, buttoned down loafers.
Why you hating?
Eating down, getting food from Royal Farms and shit. the chicken. Everybody know about real farm chicken. We ain't even gonna do that.
Facts.
I see them doing all of this stuff, and this is just a day's work for them. They go in, smell a certain kind of way. They leave smelling the same kind of way. Trash? No, that's for you peons. Because as IT, yeah, living that life, working that way in that environment, gonna make you a bit dickish. I'm just saying.
Can I give the real answer now?
Yes. Oh, that's not the real answer?
No, that's not the real answer. And the thing that gave me such joy was the answer. And the answer is, what up, sis? The answer is, last week I drove 2 hours to push the power button on a server that 3 separate people assured me was already on. That is the real answer. That is the real answer.
Hold on, say that again.
The person responded to them and said, to the question, why are IT guys such dicks? The answer given was, last week I drove 2 hours to push the power button on a server that 3 separate people assured me was already on.
All right, so
that is why we're dicks.
Hold up.
That is the reason.
That comports with the first thing I said.
Oh yeah. I was just saying it wasn't the whole thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not the other. That is not why we're dicks. They just happen to be dicks. Like anyway, so there are other examples on here. And the reason that I pushed this to the front for people that didn't catch the reference is because I literally had to fix all this shit on the fly, and it ain't what we used to, but it's working.
No, but it's working, right?
Yeah.
It's paper clips, bubble gum.
Hey, listen, Scotch tape,
and thumbtacks.
Right. What up, Stellar? So somebody else says, this is nothing. I speak from experience. This is one of the tamest pieces of bullshit I've ever had to deal with. Once I had to go to Quebec City from Montreal in order to turn on a goddamn monitor. I shit you not, guys. Sure. In public transportation. Listen, I don't give a fuck if it's next door. It's a monitor. I had that happen to me recently. Somebody's like, oh, it's not working. My computer not working. What's wrong with the computer? I can't see anything. Okay. Is the monitor on? Yes. Oh, okay. All right, I'll be out there. I get out there. I shit you not. All I did was hit the power button.
See, this is why, as my first previous statement, they get called in like some fucking emergency, and there's something that you could have just troubleshooted most of the time and figured out the answer yourself.
Absolutely.
But because people use computers but don't know how computers work.
Facts.
Listen, it's the same thing with our cell phones, right? We use these cell phones. Y'all don't know how them shits actually work.
Right.
But it is.
Another horror story. I remember the specific call in 1999 that did it. It was a faculty head who was very important and in no mood to listen. Eventually, I got him following. What is on your monitor screen right now? Nothing. Is the monitor power light on? No. What about the PC? Any lights on the PC? No.
What about it?
Is it turned on? Do you think I'm dumb? Then we need to follow the leads back to the wall. I can't. You can't? I can't see them. It's too dark. Can you turn the light on? Wait. No, there's a blackout here.
Why didn't you say...
Sir.
Yo, it's the blackout. See... Okay. So
this is the type of shit I'm talking about. This is the type of shit that IT people all over the world have to fucking deal with.
Yes. It's the side of humans that humans don't acknowledge, is that there is a wide scale incompetence amongst the population. And we think because the guys like the IT people and the people that invent shit and the people that discover it, we all say, look at what humans have discovered. No. Humans ain't discovered shit. There's these small groups and pockets of humanity, right, that did that shit. We benefit from it. And then we talk about how special we are. We are the smartest things on the planet.
Right.
Really? Are we though?
No.
Are we? Maybe a couple of us. Maybe a couple of I'm saying,
this thread made me feel so seen.
Yeah, you felt
Nigga, I sent someone instructions on how to do something labeled step 1, step 2, step 3, etc. They call me saying it's not working. I go to look and they haven't done anything past step 1. And when I ask them if they tried step 2, they respond, there's a step 2. And you know what? There are times, right, with some of these, I mean, this isn't officially a dumbass of the week, but there are times with some of these dumbasses of the week where I'm like, is this real? No. Yeah. I believe every single story in this thread because I've experienced things.
You've experienced it. You talked about it here on this show.
Yes.
Some things like, wait a minute, they what? No, they didn't. Yeah, nigga.
Right.
Oh, boy.
Let me see. Is there another one? I had to drive 3 hours through fog and rain and epic flooding to get to a remote oil rig. I get on site, and the guy had installed the battery backwards in his wireless mouse. He wasn't supposed to have a wireless mouse or a keyboard because of this exact reason. I took them away. Good shit. Wait. Where are we? I took them away and connected up the wired keyboard and mouse again. Everything was working. Good. The next day, I get a call. The printer isn't responding. I connect remotely, and there's no printer installed at all. I go to the office to get a brand new printer and travel back out. 3-hour drive. I get on site, and he had another wireless keyboard and mouse and had wanted the printer set up wirelessly, so had disconnected everything. I took the second wireless keyboard and mouse and found the wired mouse and keyboard in the trash can. I wiped them off and connected them back up. Connected all of the printer cables back, then zipped all of the cables to the security loop on the back of his machine so they couldn't be removed. Permanently disabled the wireless settings on the printer so they couldn't activate them again. When the two guys got back and everything was working, I told them, if they connected up another wireless keyboard and mouse, I would hit them both in the head with a sledgehammer and drag them out behind the rig site for the buzzards and coyotes. Foreman comes in as I'm threatening them both. He just looks at me and them. Quote, guys, don't piss off the IT guys. End quote. Turns out a vendor had come in and screwed with the company computer, sold them IT supplies, and tried to set up the printer so he could print his invoices from his phone. I put a sign on the computer monitor, quote, company people only on this computer, no vendors allowed, end quote. The vendor would, quote, sell equipment as a monthly service. You request the equipment and they would bring it out and invoice the company for a monthly charge of $30 per item. When the company found out, they fired all the employees that were using them. You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up.
George Lucas couldn't make this shit up.
Bro.
What the fuck? What the fuck, yo?
All right, so I have a. I've said this on here before. I try not to say it often because it's one of those wild ass takes that can easily be misconstrued. People are absolutely too sensitive nowadays, and it's not the way that people that are talking in bad faith normally use this. No, it's not. It's not in that way. I think the example type that I used before was when people go out of their way to make bad situations worse than they are. This kind of fits under this. Do you know? You might actually know this name. Do you know Gail Simone?
Yes.
Yes, of course you do. Because for the people that don't know, let me give you all a little information about her. She's an American writer, best known for her work in comics on DC's Birds of Prey, Batgirl, Dynamite Entertainment's Red Sonja, and for being the longest running female writer on Wonder Woman to date.
Right.
Other works include Clean Room, Secret Six, Welcome to Tranquility, The All New Adam, and Deadpool. Yes. She enjoyed a long-running stint on the Simpsons comics. Mm-hmm. She's also written for television and video games.
She likes puppies and rainy.
She's also been nominated for a number of awards. Let me see. Blah blah blah. Animation. 2005, she penned an episode of Justice League Unlimited entitled Double Date, which featured Question, Huntress, Green Arrow, Black Canary.
Great episode, by the way.
Originally, she intended the episode to feature Batgirl, but animation rights for the character were unavailable. 2007, she wrote an episode of Game Tap's revisioned Tomb Raider entitled Preteen Raider. She also wrote a 2010 episode of Batman Brave and the Bold entitled The Mask of Matches Malone, featuring Black Canary and Huntress from Birds of Prey. 2019, she wrote an episode of the series My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, entitled Between the Dark and Dawn. Notable works. Yes, huge name in comics, Betty. Bongo Comics, Simpsons Comics, number 50, Simpsons Comics, number 73, number 83, Dark Horse Comics, Leaving Megalopolis, DC Comics, Vertigo, Wildstorm, Rose and Thorn, number 1 through 6, Action Comics 827 through 831 and 833 through 835, Villains United 1 through 6, Secret 6 1 through 6, Birds of Prey 56 through 90, 92 through 108. Welcome to Tranquility 1 through 12, All New Adam 1 through 15, 17 through 18 and 20, JLA Classified 2004, Wonder Woman Volume 3, 14 through 44, Volume 1, 600, Volume 5, 750, Secret 6, 1 through 14, 16 through 36, Birds of Prey, Volume 2, 1 through 13, Batgirl 2011, Volumes 1 through 5, Dynamite Entertainment, Red Sonja Volume 2, Legends of Red Sonja, Marvel Comics, Deadpool 65 through 65 through 69, Agent X number 1 through 7, 13 through 15, Marvelous Adventures of Gus Beezer, Domino 1 through 10, Domino. Y'all get the point, right?
Yeah. She one of them.
She's absolutely one of them.
One of them,
right?
Yeah.
I got an issue with her. I got an
What's
issue
your
with her.
What's your issue?
So again, there are issues in the world that exist. And tell me if I'm bugging. Let me know if I'm bugging.
Okay.
And not based on who she is, but just what she did.
Right.
And apparently does. Apparently this is a thing that she does.
Okay.
So there are issues in the world. There are real problems in the world that need to be addressed. Absolutely. So she made a post on Twitter that says, "It's weird that Jeff Goldblum has never been in a Marvel movie. He's quirky and would be great for something."
Oh, stop. Stop. Everybody, please. Is this thing on? What?
And in the replies, when people are saying, you know, he was in Thor movies, he was blah, 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 she's giving snarky replies. And the people who are following her on Twitter are like, ha ha ha, they don't know who you are, blah blah blah. If they only they knew who you
about this.
Bruh,
we gotta talk about this.
I will always enjoy you trolling people by pointedly saying something the manosphere will run to correct. I like to imagine their faces when they Google who you are. It pleases me.
Oh my, we gotta talk. Y'all keep. There's nuance in the world.
What's the point?
Things are complex. It's not just my favorite gets picked on by people who are trash. So that means my favorite is always right about some shit. And if you dispute the fact that she's right about something, it's only because you're part of the crew. Get the fuck. Bro. What are we doing?
I don't understand.
What are we doing?
I don't get and like I said, I didn't see this part yet. When I came across the tweet, I was like, that name is vaguely familiar.
Right.
So I did look up who she was, and I'm like, oh,
she won it.
All right. So, to what end? Like, are you? This is really a self-made, self-contained gotcha. Like,
yes.
For what? What the fuck are you doing? What is the point of this? Because what you're not doing. And let me be clear. I haven't read all of the comments, so maybe she did catch a couple people to that degree. But what you're not doing is exhibiting mansplaining. You know that, right? Like, if you say something that is false and someone corrects you and they happen to be a man, that is not mansplaining. That's not how that works.
No, it's not mansplaining.
The fact that you are who you are makes this worse. And here's the thing. I will give her the credit of saying that some of her responses were slightly earnest. Like, one of them is, somebody said, do you actually watch the Marvel movies? And her response was, I write for Marvel.
That's not the same as watching the Marvel movies, sis.
And it's like, bro, what are we...
It's not the same. I invite you once again to revisit the first part of this episode where we talked about the majority of us are not. The majority of us are not the thing that we brag about humans for. We're not. And we're gonna revisit that later on too in our week. By the way. Like the majority of us aren't that. We aren't. We are, the majority of humans are guilty of stolen valor.
Yeah.
Because we are accepting credit for shit we personally did not do. You know what I'm saying? You know how us humans are. Yeah, I do. Not that idealized thing that you got going on in your head right now, neither. That's the few of us. Most of us, poo.
Right. And it's crazy because it's like, you're already an important name.
You're one of them.
Right. You're already an important name in comics. Like, what are you doing this to, like, pat yourself on the back? Like,
I don't know what's going on.
Is this some bigger social experiment?
No, it might be something even more simple than that, bro. You know what it might just be? Her not wanting to be wrong. Not wanting to be wrong. And I'm going to tell you this. After probably years of having to deal with the red pill crowd coming for her, trying to make it seem like she's less qualified than what she actually is. All of that stuff does have an effect on people's psyche.
Yes.
And I'm not going to overlook that part of it.
Right.
Because it's true. We become the things that plague us. These people cannot be told that they're wrong. And now she's being defensive because she's been attacked by those type of people who don't argue in good faith, who don't know shit for real, right? And now she's mimicking their behavior, whether she acknowledges it or not. Yo, for you to say that Jeff Goldblum has not been in a Marvel film, it's so demonstrably false that just a quick Googles of his name, when somebody, the moment somebody approached,
that's the ironic part. So, because of some of her responses, I believe she knew that this was false. And
because gaslighting on purpose?
Yes, because some of the people responding are like, if only they would Google who you are. Well,
that's crazy.
Right. But if this was an earnest post, if only she would have Googled the statement she was about to make. Like, but I don't think it's an earnest post. And that's like you can't accuse people for mansplaining It's like this dumbass idea that we have about entrapment.
Yes.
It's the similar thing. Yeah. It's matter of fact, it's the thing. It's the exact thing. Yeah. Yeah. This is like social justice entrapment. Like, there's not actually an incident of anything going on here. You set this up.
No.
And a lot of the comments that I've seen, some of them have a little bit of snark to them, of course, because if like which All right, so this comment. When did I'm going to tweet something I know to be false become a joke? It's not funny. She replied, agreed, and also a big harumph to those who indulge. What are you talking about? Like,
what?
Why are you doing this? This is weird, bro.
It's weird.
It's weird. It's really weird.
What social experiment are you doing?
Right.
That's what this is. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What
are you doing?
I don't understand.
What kills me is, though, maybe the social experiment that's actually happening, unbeknownst to maybe all of them, is seeing what unfettered fandom looks like. Because she said something demonstrably false, and her fan boys and girls got on there and cited her credentials,
right,
as if to say she knows more about this than you do because she writes comics, so therefore she's correct. Even though Jeff Goldblum was in Ragnarok, Jeff Goldblum was also in a couple of one shots. Jeff Goldblum has applied his voice to the animation part of the thing. Like
look at this exchange. So someone, no snark at all, didn't get smart.
Right.
Their comment is Jeff Goldblum played the Grandmaster in Thor Ragnarok, and he was the best thing in the movie. The comments.
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, the comments.
He was good. He wasn't the best.
Yeah, he was good. He's Jeff Goldblum. He's going to be good. The responses. I think you're thinking of Christopher Walken. Next comment. No, that was Rodney Dangerfield. Next comment. The Thing wasn't in that movie. Like, and this is the type of shit I'm talking. Like, to what end? What is the point? Like, what are we doing here?
I'm gonna tell you what we're doing here. We're talking about her. Maybe that's what she wanted, but she don't need that.
That's what I'm saying.
She don't need that.
Like, what?
She don't need that.
I just and clearly, yes. If you go to her, if you actually click on her profile, in her bio, it says award-winning writer of comics and animation, consultant, producer, works for DC, Marvel, WB, and many, many more. Rep by Ari Lubet. Okay, cool. All of that is true.
all of it.
You are one of them ones. Yes. Thanks.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I would argue semantics, and I wouldn't put DC and WB. I would just put WB.
Yeah, facts, because Warner Brothers owns the whole DC.
But whatever. Like, what do you? I don't like it. I don't like it because it's stupid. Because again, I am on the side of she knew that what she typed was wrong.
She had to at this point, right? She had
right. She knew that Goldblum has been in Marvel movies.
I laughed when somebody said, no, you meant Christopher Walken.
Right, like
I laughed at that. So,
like, bro, what are we doing?
That's funny. It's just funny. You know, Christopher Walken has been in comic book films before. He's been in the second Batman movie with Michael Keaton. Like, he has. So, just for people who want to know, he hasn't been in Marvel movies to my knowledge, but he has participated in comic book films previously. And comic book-like films. Like, I would argue that the Prophecy, those three Prophecy movies, they come off like graphic novels turned into movies. That's why they come off that way. They have the same tone, right? But I don't know. I don't know why Gail's doing this. I'm sure she is, but go write Thor, please. They need like, you know what I'm saying? Like, go, do something else with your time other than that shit right there, because it's ridiculous. And also, it did reveal some things about your fan base.
Yeah.
That you
encouraged, though.
She encouraged it. Listen, fan bases are mostly toxic in today's world. Listen, what I've seen is they allow the artists, regardless of genre, to wallow in pig shit.
Yeah.
Without being held accountable, because they quick to, like, we saw this happen, by the way, recently with Diddy.
Yeah.
We saw it happening with Diddy. He had such a strong fan base out there, even after all these years, that anything said about him negatively causes a certain segment of the population to reflexively defend him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And even against, it's going so far as to really lower their stock as humans in order to do this shit, to belittle someone who was a victim of the abuse, accused them of being liars, accused them of being opportunists, accused them of only wanting money, of being some of the lowest people in the world, even though the guy that you are protecting, the guy that you're putting your whole face and credibility on the line for, is one of the worst people to walk the planet.
Mm-hmm.
And by extension, the splatter of shit on him ends up on you when you do that. Because now I look at you like, oh, you really are a horrible person. Oh, you really are somebody that I wouldn't want around my kids, nieces, nephews. Obviously, because you're willing to defend this. This is the reason why, like I say, man, like, one of the purposes of this show is to be a counterbalance to that idea right there. That's why the motto is, your heroes have no power here. Neither do ours.
Yeah.
If you're shitty, we're going to say it. We're going to call you out.
Very simple.
And it might not even matter in the large scope of things, because this is a small show with a small following.
Yeah.
But it exists.
Yeah.
And it's searchable.
We in here.
So you're looking for a counterpoint to all of the glizzy gobbling done by somebody's fan base after that motherfucker then did something that's completely egregious and just foul, and you're tired of hearing motherfuckers glaze them while they did that shit, right? This is when you come.
Facts.
Come to Black Culture Geeks.
Facts.
Because they did something fucked up and we think it's fucked up, we gonna say it.
Very simple.
We gonna say it. And I don't give a fuck how many of their albums I bought. I don't give a fuck how many of their movies I watched. I don't give a fuck about how many of their sports ball games I enjoyed. Right. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Comic books I like.
The comic books, like, it don't matter. If I catch you slipping, I told people this about Stan Lee. And y'all know how I feel about Stan Lee. If I ever caught him slipping, if it ever came out that he was slipping, I'm gonna call him out. I don't get the, take that back. I do get the attachment. I get the attachment. I know from where it comes. What I don't get is you being so willing to surrender your own credibility. That's your credibility. Like, this person could have fucked up their credibility, famous or not. You like fucked up his credibility. All right, fine. Why you gonna fuck up your credibility for this motherfucker? Now, listen. There are certain people that exist that I will fuck my credibility up for. These aren't celebrities, though. These are loved ones. These are loved ones.
Right.
Y'all, come on. Really? Really?
I don't.
Really? With your whole face? You gonna put your whole face in it, right? Your whole face.
I can't explain it.
They found 20 bodies in the floorboards of their wine cellar. And you sitting here going, what did they do, though?
Right.
What they do to him? They may have did something to him. Y'all don't know.
I don't know.
What do you do with people that think this way? What do you do with people? It's only two things to do. If you are another human,
excommunicate them.
well, good luck because they might make up the majority.
Right.
They might make up the majority. But as a human, you can either choose to ignore it, you can pull your hair out. I'm bald. Or whatever, right? But if you are a cosmic entity, you say, that's enough of this. Start over.
Squash you.
Start over. Start over.
Boot it. Thanks.
Get this out of here. Let's start over from scratch,
bro.
Apparently the roaches got a raw deal.
Yeah, listen.
We gave it to these fucking apes, and this shit ain't.
All right. Next up, I think this qualifies as dumbass of the week. I'm sorry. So, well, actually, I should have kept what I was going to do first, because I feel like it might be tangentially related. Maybe not even tangentially. So, when I opened StreamYard this morning, there was a banner update, Facebook update.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
On June 10th, 2024, Facebook released a new set of criteria to be eligible to go live on Facebook. 1, your account must be at least 60 days old. 2, your page or professional profile must have at least 100 followers. 3, to go live from a page, you need to have Facebook access or task access to create content. Now, I think we meet all those criteria, but to be honest, that might have been why we couldn't go fucking live on StreamYard.
That's true.
Because I had Facebook as a source, as I always do.
Right. That might be it. But
stop changing shit for the sake of changing shit.
There are maybe the only reasons I can think of for them to be changing it. Because for the record, Zuckerberg gets on my damn nerves. But for the only thing I can think of is this is bandwidth management.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
You know, maybe it's too many people that can go live and it's fucking up the bandwidth. So they put these little things in place to lessen the amount of people that are eligible for it. And maybe my only issue with that is, what if we don't see an improvement in the quality of it?
Nigga.
Like, it was a purpose. You just locked a lot of people out of the services on there. And we all have a very torrid relationship with all social media platforms.
Yeah.
On one hand, we see them as absolute dirt. The fact that they get to use your data and make millions and billions of dollars off of your data and give nothing to us for it has some of us feeling salty, right? The fact that maybe some people are pissed off about what they consider to be censorship, where in a lot of cases it really isn't censorship. You just said some goofy misinformation and try to spread it to your 5,000 followers and shit, and they was like, nah, not here on this platform. But we all have our misgivings with it. We don't like the UI. It's something. But in truth, we have allowed these social media sites to become prescient in our lives and our day-to-day, to the point where for some of you, it's literally reflex. You get up in the morning and you check your notifications.
Yeah.
Shit. Got one of those type of relationships with this shit. So while I hear people talking shit, because I talk shit about all the social media things, truth is we all use it.
Thanks.
And I'm not one of the ones also, to be clear, that's upset that they got rules.
Right.
It's their platform, right? Of course they're gonna have it. I'm out as a businessman. I create a platform. There's rules on this motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's mine. I gotta accept responsibility for the good and the bad that happen on this shit. which some of our other grievances with Facebook is they don't always want to accept responsibility for the bad shit that happens on their platform and shit. But it's pretty hard to hold these companies and these platforms accountable when they have so many people using it, and they will continue to use it because it's part of the social substrate now. So this sucks, though. I ain't gonna hold you. It sucks. There are people that only watch us on Facebook.
Right.
You know?
And like I said, for all I know, we are compliant.
Yeah, I think. I'm about to check. We are definitely older than 60 damn days.
Nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
for all I know, we are compliant, but maybe we aren't. I don't know.
No, we are compliant, B. Look, we got 157 followers on that. Nah.
What about the last part?
What's the last part again?
What it has said. To go live from a page, you need to have Facebook access or task access.
I don't know what content.
I don't know what that means either.
I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know exactly what that means.
I don't know, but that was some bullshit.
Y'all always throwing a monkey wrench into the program.
Yeah.
And it sickens me.
It's stupid. I hate it.
It sickens
me.
It
so much. Anyway, moving on. So, funny enough, Tim sent me something that I already had. Well, not exactly. It's connected to what I already had for the show. The whole Sexy Red thing when she was on stage with the MASA. So, somebody posted that, and somebody quote tweeted it and said, "If this is real, I'm afraid that I can no longer support." Right? Okay, cool. Understandable. Nobody is owed your support. You can withdraw your support at any time for any reason.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta get over the idea that that's not the case. By the way, like for any reason,
isn't it getting cringe,
bruh?
When I hear comedians like Marlon Wayne saying that,
God,
yo, that shit is cringy, bro. It's like you do realize this is nothing new. This has always been the case. If you have a product or service, and I suddenly don't like the product or the service, it is within my right to stop supporting that shit.
Very simple.
That
means you ain't never support me. No, that's not what that means. That's not what it means. I'm not supporting this.
And for the record, it's also within their right to go on any public forum and talk shit about you.
Absolutely.
None of this is
not getting into defamation and libel.
That's it.
If they talking about the product that you,
the product or the service, that's it, bro. If I go into a flower shop, first time I go in a flower shop, and I grab some roses out there, and when I go outside, I notice they smell like dog urine.
Right.
That's a bad experience, but it could be a one-off.
Yeah.
If I go back in there and get some more, and I'm starting to get the same experience, maybe with different foul smells. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get to say I'm not going to this flower shop anymore. And furthermore, let me tell y'all about the time I went to the such. And I don't know why comedians specific. I'm talking about comedians specific now, but it's not just them. No. It's not just them. Y'all have flipped the script on this and started calling it cancel culture as if this dynamic of the customer, product, service provider hasn't always been true. It's always been true. There are places I stopped going because I didn't like the service. Right. I didn't like the product. I didn't like whatever. Maybe I didn't like the cut of your jib. I didn't like that shit. So I didn't go back and I told people about it. And now y'all done made that political. Now y'all done folded that in to the everybody so sensitive stuff. Yo, we've always done this.
Yes.
We've always done this. So, y'all do with it what you will.
Wasn't it Marlon who had that situation with Home Depot or whatever the case may be?
Home Depot? And I think didn't he have one with a plane?
Something, yeah. I bet you don't go with those people know. Nigga, something happened. You ain't like it. You stop.
You ain't like it. You step.
It's very simple. And here's the thing. Here's how I know, because there was a little while, because I've always liked Marlon. Yes. Marlon wasn't always the best stand-up, but he's gotten better at his stand-up. But I've always liked Marlon for his movie work. Right. Always liked Marlon.
And Marlon's a better actor than some people gave him.
Oh, he's an amazing actor.
If you go watch the first G.I. Joe.
Go watch the first G.I. Joe. Go watch the Fresh Prince reboot.
Yes.
That scene that he's in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. He's an amazing actor.
Yeah, he's better than people give him credit for.
So when he first got on this bullshit, well, first I heard, I think, Damon talking about it, and I was like, God damn it. If Damon's talking about it, that means they probably agree.
Yeah.
They probably agree because Damon was like their father. Well, Keenan, but still. So
Damon's still OG.
Like, yeah. So it's like, all right. And then Marlon started talking about it. And I'm like, come on, bro. Like, at first, I ain't gonna hold you. I initially thought he was on some Chappelle shit. Right? But I don't believe that's the case. I think it's a similar outcome, but a different source. Because, the reason I say this is because he has the same energy for LGBTQIA plus stuff. He made a post for Pride Month because his child is trans. So he made a post with a rainbow flag and Pride Month support and all that other type stuff, and people lost their fucking minds.
They did.
And he responded with the same exact rhetoric. Y'all crazy, such and such and such and such. If y'all, that's why y'all ain't never going to do nothing with y'all lives, because y'all spend all this time hating. If this post makes y'all not support me, y'all ain't never support me first. And it's like, okay, clearly.
I see the connective point. The connective point is, that's his child. He loves the child. This is his profession. He loves his profession. Right. So you attack any one of those things, he responds that you was never fans about it first. But I think the refrain doesn't work well with your profession as it does with your kid. Because with your kid, with my kid, I'll do time. I'll do prison time for my kids. Right. So that's expected for us to say, well, fuck you. You ain't never was my fan. You coming at my kid. You was never fan. I get that. Right, for profession, nah, I don't think that works. I don't think that works at all. And to be clear, I actually agree with him when he says that there's a whole bunch of other shit out here y'all should be worried about other than coming at these people. But what I will say is what it highlights is what I've said before. Some people on the left are delusional about how much has changed.
Oh, yeah.
They believe, oh, those numbers are going down to people that all you got to do is look at any post that elevates anything that has to do with pride. Yeah. Just because you see more TV shows, representation of that, does not mean that the society as a whole has bought all the way into it the same way. Just because you saw Good Times and the Jeffersons back in the 70s, that don't mean society bought into black people. In fact, society is still sporting around the same stereotypes about black people that they were sporting around about black people in the 40s. Facts. They were sporting around about black people in the 20s. You still hear those same tropes come up every fucking chance you get. And I predict for the foreseeable future you will see that shit, because just because the elites finally said, hey, we want to try to do something about that to influence the general public into being a bit more tolerant about these things, that doesn't mean that the populace is going to buy into it 100%, and they're not. This is this landscape that we live in over here in the United States is very toxic. It's extremely toxic. And if you are considered other, not of the main, you're going to catch hell. And I don't care what TV shows they put up. I don't care how many advertisements they put on TV about that shit. Because all the motherfuckers gonna do when they see the advertisements is grit their teeth. Look at the commercial that may have a same-sex couple with a kid on there. Mm-hmm. They're gritting their teeth. I can't believe it, motherfuckers. I can't believe it. Motherfuckers is hateful as fuck. They are hateful as fuck. It's that simple. And they'll say it's something else. They got their justifications, right? But at the end of the day, it's hate. It's hate. You say it like it's hate. It's hate.
All facts. It's like, bro, what do you do? Anyway, Sexy Red. So the person responded, "If this is real, I'm afraid that I can no longer support." Mm-hmm. Didn't say it in no crazy way.
Nope.
Didn't go outrageous with it. Wasn't absolute or anything like that. Like, look, if this is real, I can't rock with this. Simple. No bashing.
Nope.
None of that shit. Your dumbass of the day responded with, "Y'all support her for pushing degeneracy and filth to the black community and setting a bad example for young black girls, but draw the line if she shows signs of supporting Trump. I can't take, quote, us seriously."
Let me just say this. That part right there, because I actually see that a lot coming from people professing to be us. What I would submit to you is you never took us seriously. The fact that the things you do accept, the things that you do support and run interference for, using your whole brown face to run support for shit like that. You saying you don't take us seriously, like you one of us, is rich.
They're not like us.
But it don't really mean. You quote the poet laureate.
Facts. Kendrick Duckworth Lamar.
They not like us. Don't stop saying us. Say them.
Facts.
I can't take them serious. And going into the next however many months is left in this year, that's how I'm. Don't say us anymore.
Yeah.
Don't say us. You ain't really rock with it. You had these self-flagellation thoughts about black people this whole time. We're not doing that. You think we should be put in our place. I see y'all.
Yeah.
I see y'all with your all of this, all the cheekbones and the wide nose and the lips. I see you.
So
you think we should be put in our place.
So they go back and forth. So OP's like, degeneracy is a bit anti-black, considering that is a lot of people's reality based on available privileges, environment, and upbringing. He responds back, "That's definitely not my reality. And to assume that's the reality of the average black person is inherently racist. You're basically saying it's normal for us to be dysfunctional." Point of order. He did not say it was your reality. He did not say it's the reality of the average black person.
He sure didn't.
He said this is a lot of people's reality.
Yeah. And you strawmanned him to try to give yourself some sort of moral backing.
Mm-hmm.
Strawman the fuck out of it. But this is what y'all do.
Yeah.
This is what y'all do.
Yeah. OP says, "I don't think you read what I wrote. Because I never said none of that. And what are the behaviors she exhibits that are inherently dysfunctional?" He responds, "Have you not heard any of her song lyrics and how over-sexualized she is? I assume that's okay for little girls to emulate, though." He responds,
yes, Sexy Red does have sexualized lyrics.
Her name is Sexy Red.
Yeah, I will almost guarantee you this motherfucker that's speaking has never listened to a single song of hers.
Bruh. OP responds and says, "Generally asking which artists you listen to that make music for kids to emulate." He says,
hold up. Is it Ted Nugent?
Oh God.
Is it Kid Rock?
Bruh.
Which one?
He says, "I'm an adult, sir, so that is irrelevant."
No, it's not.
No.
No, it's not. That's completely irrelevant.
Not even close.
Again, you're missing what she asked you.
Yeah. I'm an adult, sir, so that is irrelevant. But to answer the question, I also don't listen to rap artists who push bullshit on black people.
Well, how do you know what
violence, killing, being promiscuous, etc. I like my ratchetness like the next one. I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait. Oh, let me finish. I like my ratchetness like the last one, but sexy feeds into the negative stereotypes of black women. I'm sorry. What is ratchet? Okay. So here's the thing. Here's my question. And somebody might don't fight me. If G.A. hilarious. He said, we don't want to hear him say nigga no more. So I'm like, you said I don't listen to rap artists who push bullshit on black people. The examples you gave were violence, killing, and being promiscuous. I would like to ask you, what is ratchetness? Because you say you give examples of the thing you don't like, but you won't define the thing you say you quote like.
The problem. Bro, the only rappers he listens to is Mr. Rogers.
That's funny.
If you're saying that you don't, bro, do you know that they have purposely orchestrated it so that the mainstream rappers all have a similar type of messaging goes? It hasn't always been that way, but they've done this.
Right.
So if you're telling me you listen to modern rap, but none of the rappers you listen to engage in the shit you're saying there, you're lying. And that's why I said this person has never listened to a sexy rap.
No, there's no way in their life. So OP says, okay, so which rappers don't talk about that stuff? He says, and the main point boils down to this also. Listen to who you want, but you not supporting her because of her political leaning is a bit silly. She's an entertainer. Take that for what it is and stop expecting her to align with everything you believe. Some of y'all take it too seriously.
This whole thing was you defending Trump.
Right.
Just say it.
Right.
Just say it.
OP
so
says,
we can get over that.
OP says her personal life and who she chooses to fuck in her music has nothing to do with you. Or little girls. Her using her platform to market a platform that was created to harm black people on purpose does. And that's what I choose to stop. And that's why I choose to stop supporting her. And he says, here we go. Remember, you just said, stop saying us, right? He says, all y'all think alike, like a carbon copy of each other. So this discussion was really pointless for me to engage in the first place.
Man, that's why I said they not like us. They not like us because they not like us. They will use all this to give them credibility on a topic because they're whoever is also using all of this as a shield for racist and anti-black sentiments. They prefer it coming out of your face.
Yeah.
But as we see currently the environment is, they don't have a problem with it coming out their face anymore.
I mean, yeah. But also, they dumb.
Yeah.
Because listen. Somebody else said to him, Sexy Red doesn't make music for kids. So that point is null and void. Not everyone is meant to be a role model. His response was, and that wasn't my original point either, sweetie. Her response, so her setting a bad example for young girls was not part of your point?
Yo, I swear, I can't with these motherfuckers.
Somebody else says to him, I think grown folks should be allowed to listen to what they want regardless of its, quote, degeneracy. Also, she doesn't make music for children. He says, didn't nobody say nothing about grown folks not listening to what they want? My original point was, it was dumb to not support someone because they have a different political
That was your only point. And it's really not that. It's really
especially not that. If you support them being destructive in other ways. Sir.
Yeah. That is absurd.
What are you... what?
Listen, bro.
What are you talking about?
No, they talk in circles.
Facts.
See, if he had just came out and said, first of all, hail Trump. It's all about Trump. You don't like Trump, so I don't like you. The only reason you ain't fucking with her is because you think she fucks with Trump, so I don't like you. He should have just come out and said that, because that was the only reason for that exchange. You look like you bad mouthing somebody that think the way I think. So now I'm going to say that this is about all these other things other than that. She's influencing children. Now it's not about the fact that she's influencing children.
Right.
She's ratchet. Well, now and then, but I like ratchetness too. You are all over the place because you're not saying what you actually think.
Right.
You're trying to dance around it and try to put some moral trimmings around it. Because here's the thing: it's only free speech if Trump says it. Are y'all mad at him for saying that? Are y'all mad at him? Are y'all mad at him for saying that? It's only degenerate if Trump doesn't do it.
Right.
Right? This is the thing that wave that we see happening in this country. It's all conditional. It's all conditional. Like he said it. He said it years ago. He could shoot somebody on the street and still not lose any support. He said it. He said it. And motherfuckers prove it all the time. This whole engagement, I will almost guarantee you. No, that's why I said we did a episode years ago about Candace Owens.
Yeah.
And in that episode we had Chloe on that episode. And I said in that same episode that people who talk about how much they give a fuck about the black community, how much they care about it, and these are these big names that get all this engagement and get all this funding and revenue and shit like that, go see where they spend their time.
Right.
Are they engaged in any grassroots community work? Does their money go to any of that stuff? Does their time go to any of that stuff? Or do they only care about us to talk about us because they know that agitating us is a pathway to engagement? Negative engagement is the same as positive engagement to these people.
Right.
And they only care about the struggle that we're in if they can monetize it.
Mm-hmm.
Does this happen on both? Absolutely. But I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about her and the rest of them.
Right.
Agitating us has become a cottage industry. We're going to say something about black people. They're going to get all up in arms about it. They're going to come here, cuss us out, say all this shit, try to get us canceled and all this other shit. And then we're going to take that and rise because there's a whole audience out there that sees credibility in you as a public figure. If black folks don't like you, or black folks say you are racist or anti-black, or gay people say you're anti-gay, or immigrants say you're anti-immigrant, or Jewish people say you're anti-Jew. Bruh, we see this. Well, we see this.
Right.
I don't know how many of these other people actually see this, but that's what the fuck they do, right? That's what they do, and they've been doing it. So I don't give a fuck what the person look like. They can run around. They could be as dark as my goddamn water canister. If you only time you see them commenting on anything about us, to criticize us and talk shit on us and undermine us and denigrate us, but do it under the guise of, I really care about the community and I want it to be better, but you never see them engaged in any of the grassroots shit.
Right.
Not supporting it, not giving it no light, because maybe the rest of the country don't know about it. So I'm gonna use my big ass platform. I'm gonna use my big ass platform to shed light on this organization that I think is doing great works in the community. You'll never see it. The only time they give a fuck about the struggle is if it's a topic on the docket of a podcast or an interview.
Yeah. Facts. All facts.
And some of y'all are so fucking easy because it's real. Y'all easy because all somebody got to do is say something.
Mm-hmm.
Say something. And y'all go, hey, y'all get the benefit of the doubt because they say, nigga, you can say that the moon is made of green cheese. That don't mean that it is. And just because the motherfuckers say they care don't mean that they do.
Point of order, sir. The moon is made of blue cheese.
Right. Not green. What are they talking about?
Right.
And that cottage industry continues. It will continue on because people are easy. They're easy.
Facts. 100%. All right. I don't have my things because we're not using StreamYard.
Yeah, I know, right?
We can review.
So I don't have a whole lot. I do have some stuff, right? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It's been an interesting week. I got a question to ask. This is an aside to all my friends, family, and loved ones. How many of y'all gonna keep falling for the okie doke? So
100% of us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
we are human. To human is to err.
No, to human is to fall for the okie doke. Got it.
Yeah.
So I know you've all seen. You should have anyway. There is a swarm of bot accounts sending friend requests.
That's funny.
All over the place. Yo, bro, I mean, I'm talking on every platform. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Just a swarm of them, right? And it's always, a lot of times, some attractive woman in a bikini or some shit. Which, by the way, is a huge red flag.
Yeah,
why would she be doing that? Like, why would she be trying to just say it? And normally, though, you'd probably ignore that. A lot of you would probably ignore that nonsense, right? And delete the request and move on. But no, because the minute you see someone on your friends list already friends with her, suddenly you're curious, right? Spoiler alert.
Yep.
It's always the same kind of page. No real content. Zero personality. Basically a neon sign saying I'm a scam. Now I'm gonna tell you what I have seen recently. They've been trying to flip the script a little bit, and you might see something that appears to be personal information about a preference or some shit like that. Trust me, it's all cap. It's all cap. They're not real, right?
Right.
But I gotta know to my friends who have added these accounts. Really? Like, how did you not see this was a scam? It has all the classic signs. And why in 2024 are you still getting duped by these blatantly fake profiles?
Right.
Is it to boost your follow account on Facebook, Instagram, True Social? Oh, just stop it. I know some of you are over there on True Social too. That's not even stop. So that's one thing. Like yo, these motherfuckers are all over the place. They liking comments on YouTube. Right on YouTube. You know what I've seen in some of the more popular videos that I might go and watch, has a lot of viewers and shit. Some motherfucker going on there, they saying the exact same banal comment about this is really great content.
Yo, right. Betty says she got a few of them on IG, different name using the same woman in the images.
Yes. It's so absurd. Like, it's time to ignore them. I'm saying it's time to ignore these motherfuckers, right? Because this is getting stupid. Like, we don't need them there, right? But they're going to be there. That's fine. We can't stop them from being there. But we need to stop. Ignore them, yo. My friends, every time one of these motherfuckers sends me a request, I see many of you have already added them. Why are we doing that?
Right.
Why are we doing that?
Yeah.
So
I've experienced that as well.
It's absurd. So the next thing that's had me scratching my head this week. So after chatting with a bunch of loved ones, both men and women.
You'll love men.
I got hit with a level of disappointment that felt like a punch to the gut.
Yikes.
Picture this. I'm on my way to the movies. And I hear D.L. Hewley and his crew talking on the radio.
Oh, God.
They're discussing a woman who says she goes out of her way to dress super girly to shake off the manly image she thinks she has.
Oh.
And why does she think she's seen as manly? Anybody?
Her significant other.
No.
Huh.
Because she's a successful businesswoman
Oh my
with a
God.
payroll responsibilities outside the home. Really? Really? So,
Nigga.
so in 2024, this is what. So I asked my wife about it. Her response actually totally floored me, though it probably shouldn't have. She said there's still plenty of people who believe that nonsense, including women. I mean, come on. Like there was literally a time when women couldn't even have their own bank accounts.
Yeah.
They were treated like fucking second class citizens. And the reasoning for a lot of these changes that a whole bunch of women fought for a whole bunch of years to change is because this was not a tenable thing. They were being left in the lurch. A man goes and decides to leave them, they're destitute. They won't have shit. There was a time when society actually believed that having a Y chromosome made you more qualified for anything involving money or leadership. Just because you have a Y chromosome.
Mm-hmm.
This is what they call in traditional thinking.
Right.
Look, I'm not naive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know there will always be black people supporting white supremacy,
mm-hmm.
gay people backing anti-gay sentiments,
mm-hmm.
and immigrants siding with anti-immigrant policies. Yeah. I've heard your justifications. I've heard it. And of course, there will always be women buying into male chauvinistic, patriotic ideals.
Yeah.
Despite the decades of all that hard ass work that a lot of women put in to make things more equitable. But it just seemed like lately I've been seeing this nostalgia for the good old days. And here's the thing. Nostalgia is pure bullshit. It's a mirage. You look back and think it was better because, one, you weren't there, and some boomer fed you that line. Two, you were there, but you benefited from that system and paradigm, or at least you thought you did. And three, your brain is just doing what brains do. Cleaning up the past, giving it a fresh coat of paint, making it look great. But that shit is corny. We need to stop treating traditional things as if they're beyond scrutiny. And those of you in the skeptic community know y'all should know this better than anybody else. That traditional does not necessarily mean logical, right? or the most efficient way of doing things. The idea that something is better because it's older is dumb.
Yeah.
Or because our grandparents did it.
Right.
Or because of some other cultural nonsense. Traditional shit, like every fucking thing else, should be evaluated case by case. Like, and here's another thing. This whole debacle reminded me of everything is about stories. You've heard us say this on the show before. Everything's about stories, and it's about specifically the stories they can get you to believe and buy into.
Right.
Everything. Politicians, clergy, salespeople, your mom, your granddad, your significant other, the media, both news and entertainment. It's all about the stories. Even those loser internet trolls who jump on every post about women and spew toxic garbage. Stories. It's all stories. And let me address my community, especially the men. You've been bombarded with a bunch of stories about the women in your community, just like they have about you. Some of them stories are fucking true.
Nigga.
Some of the stories are fucking true, right?
All facts.
But a lot of them are born from pain, poverty, frustration, misunderstandings, and indoctrination. Some of you are pushing agendas that don't serve us at all. In fact, they're contributing to us fucking up. We don't need to be at war with each other. That's a great way to keep us a sidekick race. And for the guys obsessed with this leadership, You're not a leader just because you have a Y chromosome, dude. Like that ain't it. And for most of history, most of you niggas were regular weed. Stop it. All that, it's the same as that. We were kings. Ridiculous shit. We've heard motherfuckers use as if most of your ancestors weren't farmers. Fucking farmers. You may have been a soldier. One of them may have been a soldier in somebody's army or whatever. Fuck out of here. Right? Y'all got delusions of grandeur. The thing is, I can tell you're a leader by what you do and promote. A leader doesn't promote division. That's idiotic. That is the antithesis of what a leader is supposed to do. It's supposed to galvanize people, unite people. People in your community, for instance. Talking specifically to my community. But this applies to everybody else's too, right? A leader don't divide. That's not their job. A leader knows how to motivate people. And some of you are taking your frustrations about your own failures out on the women in your life. Some women aren't taking accountability for things they were completely in control of. Both of you, listen. We got real enemies out here. We got a lot of enemies. You know what I'm saying? Both the ones invested in our suppression and those that only view it as a consequence of their elevation. They don't care one way or another if it affects us. You know what I'm saying? Most of this shit is largely from indoctrination that started the moment you could think. It's everywhere, all the time. And a lot of you get that about everything else but this. And that should give you pause. It's not that I don't get the compulsion. I just don't understand why you don't recognize it and try to mitigate it by taking a deep breath before reacting. The stories you start out believing may be a function of your indoctrination, but the stories you hold on to and keep, that says something about the type of person you are.
Facts. Whether good or bad.
Whether good or bad.
Yeah.
Finally, I had many conversations this week. Well, I don't know if this is finally because I do have some shit about that dumbass cat, but whatever. Finally, I had conversations this week that I'm sure for a lot of people will be controversial about the usage of AI in art. I saw people throwing around terms like artistic integrity. Right? Artistic integrity. As if to suggest you using a tool that makes your workflow better somehow decreases artistic intelligence. Y'all got to get over yourselves.
Thanks.
Y'all got to get over yourselves. The reality of the situation is nobody can come and talk to me about artistic integrity. I'll hear none of it. None of it. I've been doing creative shit for 40 fucking years. When everything was all manual. Right? Right? How many of y'all use the reel-to-reel? Y'all know what an ADAT is. Miss me. Walking up and down, catching multiple buses to get to studios because the area you lived in didn't really have any professional studios there. That's me. Making demos. That's me. Writing songs. That's me. Making beats, producing beats for myself and other people. That's me. Having studio sessions with other artists.
Yep.
Producing their shit so they can put their shit out there. That's me. Performing in front of thousands of people. That's me. Having my name in the paper. That's me. Interviewed by the BBC. That's me. Interviewed by NPR. That's me. Miss me with that artistic integrity bullshit. This is a tool.
Yeah. Do
we have misgivings about it?
Oh,
motherfucker!
It's a thing that exists,
bro. When they go and take some artists' vocals without permission and slide that shit on some shit and then try to put that shit out there, you damn right we gonna beef. Mm-hmm. Nah. You gonna have to follow that through. You gonna have to follow that through. But that don't mean the tool itself is bad.
Right.
Or that somehow people that use the tool somehow is they fucking up or they lack autism. I've been doing this shit longer than a lot of you have done anything. You ain't making the 40 yet. You ain't there. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It's a tool. And it's particularly useful. It cuts time. Like every other tool that's ever been innovated for this space. Everything. Again, you go back and use master tapes on them analog track boards. Go ahead and do that.
Nigga.
Do that. What you using the drum machine for? You programming drums in the drum machine? You gotta hit that drum. Learn how to play the drums, nigga. Stop playing. Stop it. Some of y'all didn't get known for the shit you do anyway. Running around here talking about people taking from you. Listen. You ain't make it doing it the way you was doing it. Just saying. It's a tool. That's all it is. It's just a tool.
Facts.
It's just a tool. Mm-hmm. Now about this motherfucking cat. God. 2:00 in the morning. A whole kerfuffle is taking place in my bedroom between the oldest cat in the house and the youngest cat in the house. Now, I don't know the whole story because I didn't see it from the beginning. By the time I woke up, my wife was already handling a lot of shit. She sees the oldest cat trying to climb up on the dresser thing to get, I guess, in the window or up on her perch where she likes, that we call it her apartment, right? She trying to get to her apartment. But for some reason, she can't quite get up there. She keep missing the shit. The last jump up, she gets grabbed by this black son of a bitch and pulled down like some fucking 80s horror film or Jaws and shit, right? And then the first flying. That little bastard Superfly. Hair all puffed up. He like a goddamn cotton ball. They go under the bed. You know them old cartoons where the two characters are fighting, they go into a room or under a box or some shit like that, and you don't see the fight, but what you see is all the special effects around it, the rumbling of the box, and the noise. That's what was happening under the bed. That's when I woke up. I wake up to see my wife with the water bottle and a broom.
Bruh.
Trying to get them from underneath the goddamn bed, right? Spraying under there, she got the broom. So the boy finally gets the fucker from underneath the bed. She chases his ass upstairs, closes the door. So he's stuck upstairs. We finally go back to sleep. I get up in the morning. Later than usual, too. I walk past the steps that lead to the upstairs part of the house. I hear a cat at the door. It's him begging to come back down here. What do you want? What do you want?
You, nigga. What the fuck you mean?
There are things to do upstairs.
Matters none. Y'all ain't up there.
Food.
Don't matter.
There's water. In fact, the cat he was beefing with was upstairs with him.
Okay. But it's not about that.
So you know I kept walking, right? Went and did handle my business. Came back. Eventually, though, my mother-in-law opens the door. Hey, the cat's up here. Why's the cat up? Why's the door closed? Cat's up here. She gets regaled with his shenanigans. This is her cat, by the way. This is her cat. To be clear, it's her cat. It's upstairs. Can he come downstairs? Yeah, because as long as he ain't down here messing with Makiba, he's fine. He comes downstairs. I go to do something out the house. Come back. I hear a noise coming from the closed door of the bathroom.
Oh, God.
Why are you in the bathroom and why is the door closed?
Yikes.
I open the door, his punk ass come out, tries to give me his explanation. I'll hear none of it.
Okay.
Then I ask my daughter when I see her. No, first I ask my son, is Siobhan here? I said, I think so. The reason I asked is because she typically don't leave the TV on or her computer up and open and available for anything to happen, right? But it was. Didn't see it. And she went upstairs. When she did come back and reemerged, I said, did you put that cat in her bathroom and close the door? He said, yes. I said, why? Because he's ass.
I mean.
And he was on your desk.
Oh. Ooh la la.
He was moonwalking on your external hard drives.
Bruh.
He was ice skating on your monitor screen.
Oh.
He was doing a Simone Biles off of your CPU. And he was doing cartwheels on your microphone.
Yikes.
I turned and looked at this cat and said, and you have the audacity to complain to me about why you were incarcerated. Much like a lot of the guys I grew up with.
Oh, God.
We gonna say free you. But we know you were supposed to be in there. We all know your ass was supposed to be in there. So there's no real moral to the story, except to say this gets on my motherfucking nerves. Gets on my motherfucking nerves. Then has the audacity later, I'm walking by, I see him sitting in my daughter's lap off.
He's showing.
You know those little memes with the thug life and they were in the that shit.
Yeah, he's showing.
That shit.
He's showing.
Oh, and this morning I hear a whole bunch of shit come tumbling down in the back of the basement.
Oh, God.
Guess who was responsible for that?
Stephen A.
You're right. The cat.
Oh.
A pain in the ass. And yeah, that was my week.
Bruh. Hilarious. Hilarious. Though I do wonder what was the impetus?
For the beef with Makiba?
No, for him being all up and around all of your shit.
Well, I still can't answer that question because this is a norm. As I told y'all one time before, if you could see the walls I've made, and let this be a fortress around my shit.
All right. Okay.
On some Sting shit for real.
Yeah.
It's a fortress around my shit.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like, it don't matter because he will pick until he finds a way. Because
that's because life
finds a way. life finds a way. But what the counterbalance to that is, my foot finds a way.
I mean, sure. But to be fair, I don't see you putting your foot up and against your monitor.
No. His feet find a way. The moonwalk on my shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Bruh.
Bastard.
Listen. You know what? I don't even have a defense.
You're getting a cat too.
I am. Oh, this door gonna be closed. So, yeah, no, listen. I have the lucky scenario such that my shit is not in a big open space.
Yes. Your shit is in the room.
Yeah, no,
room.
this door will be closed. Closed. CLOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOOSED.
Mm-hmm.
No way around it.
Yo, listen. It's awesome. It's awesome.
All right, so I don't got much. And the reason I don't got much is because of what I got.
Oh shit.
that right there. They got your boy. I am sick and tired of being sick. But I'm sick. Well, at least I was. I don't really know how this shit worked. Because I don't really get sick. So apparently, Chrissy and I had a cold or something at some point.
What?
At some point. So, but the coughing never stopped. Now, it then got to a point where Chrissy's coughing would get really bad at night. Like, really bad. Like, wake her up out of her sleep bad.
Damn. Damn.
She said, eventually, I think it was last Saturday, she was like, we should go to urgent care. She was right. We ain't go. She did an e-visit Sunday because she was like, we don't got nothing to do Sunday. Let's just go, get it over with. And of course, again, she was right. We didn't go. So once she realized that we wasn't going, she did an e-visit. And the e-visit, not one of the video ones, but just like texting, whatever. Mm-hmm. And she did the e-visit. That led to her being diagnosed with bronchitis. Oh. So clearly, me too.
Hashtag me too.
I mean, like I said, that was Sunday. I still wasn't feeling too crazy at that point. Like I had the cough, but it was just a cough.
The rest of the shit hadn't kicked in.
Yeah, no. Nigga. But before the diagnosis, like I said, she had gotten to the point where she would cough so bad that it would wake her up out of her sleep. She would get to the point where it would give her a headache. She would get to the point where it would fuck up her ribs.
Yeah, that's bad.
My cough, even to this day, never got that bad. But like I said, she got that diagnosis on a Sunday. Sunday night, because she didn't have her medicine yet.
Right.
Was another bit of a rough one for her. I'm still relatively fine at that point. Mm-hmm. I was a little tired Monday because of the rough Sunday, but I went to work. And it was a bit harder for me to do certain things.
Right.
But I just contributed that to me being tired. I went to work Tuesday. Mm-hmm. And that's when I had my first coughing fit where after...
It felt like something. Something.
After the fit, I couldn't, like... It was hard. It was difficult to breathe after the coughing fit. Yeah. So we went after work Tuesday. We went to Dion's house. Mm-hmm. She lives on the 3rd floor. Mm-hmm. For the first time, out of all the times I've been to her apartment, going up those steps, nigga.
Oh my!
Talk about a chore and a half.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
Keep going. I can hear you.
After we got home, I had another coughing fit. Well, while we was there, I had another coughing fit, but that was just coughing. After we got home, I had another coughing fit that took my breath. What did you just do? I can't see the... Anyway. Yeah, after the... After we got home, I had another coughing fit, and that like took my breath again. So Wednesday, I called out. I'm like, I'm not. This is becoming a thing. Like, this is affecting me. Called out, went to the urgent care. Of course, I have bronchitis. I kind of figured, it just makes sense. We live together. But also, my asthma had come back. Now, I don't know if this is temporary or not, but that shit sucked. I feel like it was at its worst Wednesday evening. Now, I know I ain't in all of the greatest of shapes, but I'm someone who routinely will run up steps to get up steps. Like, that's kind of what I do. Like, even when I go down steps, even when I go down steps, I will run down the steps generally. It's just how I traverse steps.
I know.
Shit. Some of, oh shit. God damn it. There's a ghost. What up, B?
Hey, guys.
So matter of fact, I take long walks. Shit, some of my favorite shoots that Tim and I have done.
Oh my goodness.
Have involved hours.
Hours
of walking.
Yes. Yes.
So Wednesday evening, Chrissy had a coughing fit. And she asked me to go get something. I can't remember what the fuck it was. She asked me to go get something from downstairs.
Right.
I was fine at that moment. Like, I was regular. Nigga. I went downstairs, got what she asked me to get, came back up the stairs. By the time I sat back on the bed, I had to hit the inhaler.
Yo. Did the C, you got the C word?
Listen.
Is that what was happening?
Listen. Had to hit the inhaler. So I called out again Thursday. Early on Thursday, it was about the same. By the end of the day, Thursday, and the following morning, I felt better.
Excuse me. A moment of clarity.
I know, right? That's what I was thinking. Like, hold up. Like, this ain't supposed to happen like this. Right. No, not yet. I'm not ready. I went to work yesterday. Felt decent. So slowly, I'm coming out of that. Yeah, I'm coming out of that bullshit. I still got the cough, clearly.
That's crazy, yo.
But, nigga.
The asthma came back. Oh, my goodness.
You know what's so ridiculous, though? The sheer amount of medicine that I was taking during that 2-3 day stint. Nigga, on top of my normal medicine, vitamins, antibiotics, Mucinex, the inhaler, this Vicks rub type shit, and the cough drops. Nigga, and the antibiotics they gave me. Yeah, last night was the first night Chrissy slept through the whole night.
Wow.
Since her coughing got bad. So, I say since like last Saturday. Mm-hmm. Last night was the first night Chrissy slept through the whole night. So, that and the antibiotic they gave me though, nigga, it fight everything. Yo, I looked at the paper. No, I didn't look at the paper. I Googled it. The shit that it said that it fight against, I was like, yo, I'm gonna be in perfect health until this shit run out.
Asthma, infections,
nigga,
social upheaval,
Ebola,
generational poverty,
nigga, Jim Crow. Like what are you?
It fights everything.
So
it fights everything.
Yeah, like I said, I'm like on the worst day, I probably had to hit the inhaler like 4 or 5 times. Today, I hit it once for GP.
Yeah.
Because I still have it.
Right.
But that super shortness of breath thing, it seems to be gone. But the coughing is still. The coughing isn't as bad.
Did you really just?
The coughing. The coughing isn't anywhere as bad as it was.
Right.
Well, actually, and that's the crazy thing though. Like, my coughing went from not too bad to like terrible.
Yeah.
Then back to not too bad. Like, it's annoying when it happens, but
of course it is.
And I think I have like 4 or 5 days left of the antibiotics. So, and that's the other reason I went back to work Friday, because one, I felt better physically, and then two, I think like with the antibiotic, like 24 to 48 hours that you first take it, you're no longer contagious. So yeah, I didn't have to worry about.
How do you think you acquired?
I don't fucking know. Like I said, apparently we had a cold at some point or something.
It turned into something else.
Right. So
somebody gave y'all that shit.
That's what
one of y'all got infected and then infected the other.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that's how the shit went. So
no, I've had those ones that you talking about right there, where it's just, and then you of course you're gonna test for it. What the fuck? And it don't be that.
Right.
Some little shit. Right. Just decided to bop, nigga.
Yeah, real quick, like,
what are
you doing, my guy? It's crazy. It's crazy.
One of those.
And the fact that they was like, because when I was in the urgent care, he was like, "Do you have asthma?" I said, "Well, I had it when I was a kid." He was like, "Well, there's no cure for asthma, so you still technically have it. And since you have the bronchitis, it's probably going to exacerbate the asthma." And I'm like, "Oh."
And you was like, "Surely you guys don't."
Right. It's like, nigga. Yo, that shit came out of nowhere. I was like, yo, this is different.
That's crazy.
Yet familiar.
Yeah. Oh, man, that sucks. It sucks to have a sick house, yo.
Nigga.
Like, everybody in there is just fucked up in the game.
Yeah.
Nobody's available to take care of you.
Right. Right. This is like
everybody in it.
Everybody fucked up in their own way. Like, niggas try, niggas do their best. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm just as fucked up as you is. Like,
I can barely get up the steps.
And it's crazy because it's like, for us to have, because she had asthma when she was younger.
She still has it, according to what that say.
Right. So the craziest thing is for us to have the same exact thing, but for it to affect us so differently.
Yeah.
It's like, bro.
I got different bodies.
Right.
Different bodies, different, your liver might be in your throat, or maybe
I know, right?
Kidney in her foot. I don't know. Like, it's shit different.
Yo, like the way she be coughing, it's like, nigga. Are you like? I hate this question, but I can't help but ask it. It's like, are you okay?
Yeah,
because like,
bro.
I know that you're not, but I have to ask.
This looks because this is worse than I'm sick. Worse than I'm sick. Yo, I used to work with a guy. This is at the Baltimore Spice Company. Mo got pneumonia or bronchitis, something so bad. And we didn't know that's what he had. But I remember we were sitting in the break room at lunchtime. And Mo started coughing. Mo a big nigga. Mo's a big nigga. Big young boy. He coughed so hard, so long, he passed out. And we had to go over there and pick us up. Like, yo, you got to get this shit. You got to get this shit checked, my guy.
Yeah.
And he eventually did, found out what it was. But because Mo Bean type person he is, he wasn't going to take it easy. He wasn't going to, that wasn't what he was going to do. He almost killed himself and somebody he was driving with.
Bruh.
Because he got into them coughing fits while he was driving, passed out behind the wheel. And the car hit a fire hydrant.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. That shit's serious, bro. When you get them deep ass
nigga.
Oh my God. That shit's serious, bro.
Yo, that shit causes problems. Like, the craziest thing is, I don't know. Yo, sometimes I feel like I'm crazy, right? Like,
stop.
No, not different. Because anytime that something is bothering me, right? It tends to not affect me in the worst of times. Like, worst case scenarios, right?
Right.
So, like, even with all this coughing, not once while I've been driving. And that's not because I'm not in the house. Because if Chrissy's driving, it'll happen.
I need to.
Yeah, Nick, no. And it's like, yo, this is crazy. Like, my thing about being sleepy, no matter how tired I am, once I get behind that wheel,
you're sober, you're
up.
Yeah, gotcha. Gotcha.
Up, alert. Man, that fucks it up for when I get in the house because now it takes me forever to get back to sleep.
Yes.
But soon as I get behind the wheel, I'm up.
This different though. Like that cough shit.
It's involuntary.
You've been lucked. You lucked up.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like it makes me feel so crazy because like how is it? You know what I do? You know how often I'm behind the wheel.
True.
So for that to not have like, not to say I haven't coughed at all, but I've never had a coughing fit.
Right.
It's like, oh, all right, cool. But never, no, like never none of that shit while I'm behind the wheel.
You better swallow a bottle of NyQuil and then eat the plastic.
Nigga.
The fuck? That shit crazy.
So yeah, that has been my week because can't do much else.
Yeah.
Can't do much else but try to rest and medicate it away
and not die.
Nigga, that's the hard part. Cause like, yo, I've had parts of like trying to nurse myself back to health. So like, all right, I got the inhaler.
Right.
All right. What do I have to do? All right, I have to go downstairs and get some water. I'm going to take the inhaler with me this time. Get downstairs. All right, remember to breathe. While I'm walking down the steps, remember to breathe. At least one breath for each step.
You know you're in trouble.
Right.
When you have to plan out.
Nigga.
Every move is an event. I've been there, though.
Nigga.
I've been there.
And it's like, all right, okay, I made it downstairs. All right, let me go in the kitchen. All right, cool. Fuck, I forgot something upstairs. All right. I'm going to leave the inhaler in the living room. That way it'll be in the midpoint.
Right.
Between, because I ain't got no pockets.
Johnny, shit. No pockets.
Right. I ain't got no pockets right now. All right. I'm going to leave the inhaler in the middle point of the living room. Not in the middle of the living room, but I'm going to leave it in the living room. That's the midpoint between the upstairs and the kitchen, kind of.
Right.
Because I don't going to leave it on the steps. No. So, all right. Boom. Go upstairs. I don't run.
No, never.
No. I've been able to start running upstairs again now. But at that point, didn't run. Right. Walked up gradually. Wanting to keep a pace because you want to exercise the lungs.
Right.
Got what I forgot. Got back to the top of the steps. Deep breath. All right, let's try this again. Down the steps. Don't run. At least a breath for every step.
Right.
back into the kitchen, did what I had to do, got my water, got the inhaler. All right, now I gotta go back up steps. All right, come on. Back up the steps. Sit on the bed. Okay, this wasn't that bad.
Right.
This one wasn't that bad. Okay. All right.
Survived.
Next time I had to go down the steps, I'm going to leave the inhaler up here.
Of course.
Same thing. Get to the steps. All right. Slow, steady pace. At least 8 breaths for each step. Let's go. Down the steps. Went to heat up some food, I think. He put food in the microwave. Turned it on. Stood there. Because in this which I didn't want to sit down. I didn't want to sit down because it's like, let's rest. Yeah. Whatever. You know. Microwave go off. All right, cool. Food, warm, back. Grab the food. Back to the bottom of the steps. Deep breath. All right, let's go up. Slow and steady.
This nigga got a Black Ops operation.
Nigga. By yesterday, though, I went downstairs for something, and by the time I got it, I was like, all right, I don't feel no way at all. All right. At the bottom of the steps, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna run. Got up there.
You play a lot of games.
I'm like, oh, I got a little bit of breathing, but I'm all right. I mean,
yeah,
I don't need to hit. I don't need to. Okay, all right. Let me see. We might be back up.
We back.
Not quite back. But yeah, it's progressing in the direction that I would hope that it would progress in. Now, still got the rest of the day and tomorrow, but so far
that's the thing. I don't like this. It's the worst time of year,
nigga,
to be all sick up and shit. It's nice outside, or it's either not nice. It's either nice or borderline hot.
Yeah,
outside, and you feel like shit, and then you go in the house, and your body is doing weird shit with temperature.
Oh,
you got to figure out: do I want the AC on? Or
Nick, yo, that's the other part that I didn't mention. So, y'all know I got the smart house shit. So luckily,
no. To quote Chrissy, y'all living with robots.
Anyway, so luckily I can control the thermostat from my phone. So all right, cool.
We got that too.
Yeah. So all right, cool. So normally I have it set so that if we go in the room and we're in the room for 2 minutes, if the temperature inside the room is above like 78, crank that bitch.
Right.
But I kept going back and forth between, I had to turn that off and just do it manually because I kept going back and forth between, should we make ourselves comfortable and not be hot, or should we be sweating some shit out? Like,
yeah, that
what? Like, what is it? Then another thing, when we said Dion's house, she was like, yeah, so what I do is whenever one of her godkids is got like a cough or something, she get him a spoonful of honey. I'm like, yeah, I've heard that before. That makes that I understand the sentiment behind it, right?
Yeah.
Nigga, I looked at my discharge papers yesterday. The third instruction from the top for the bronchitis. What up, cuz? The third instruction for the top from the bronchitis.
What up, DJ? Mm-hmm.
Take like a certain amount of honey at night before you go to bed. I'm like, oh, honey is such a fucking. It's a superfood.
It's
actually it's one of those superfoods that's actually a superfood.
Yeah, instead of the cap you see with something else. Honey, bro, he was out of chapstick.
Nigga,
I said, what the fuck am I going to use? This shit, I don't like that. I looked it up. Go use some honey.
Mm-hmm.
Plus it kills shit and all that.
Yep.
Yeah, what? I put that shit on. Now I got resistant urge.
Right, to lick it off. Right.
But I did. I mentioned you that it healed everything.
Yeah. It's healing properties, it has soothing properties, it tastes good. Now, it don't taste the best in a big ass clump.
No, it don't.
Yeah, that's not great.
Also, trying to use it for to sweeten cold drinks. Yeah, good luck with that.
Yeah, that's not. Nah.
Good luck with that.
But that's another thing I've been doing, drinking tea. Because we ain't had no tea at first. I was like, oh no, we need tea. There's no way we get through this without.
No, you don't get tea without, bruh. That's essential.
Without
supply.
Any tea? Nah, we need tea. We need tea.
Yeah, you need tea.
So
what's that shit? Thor said when Dr. Trey said, "What do you like to drink?" Not tea. You bugging.
Facts.
You bugging, big guy.
Yeah, you all wrong on that one. Let me see. God damn it. Okay. All right. Now I feel bad again because we did all that. Well, actually, it wasn't that much work, but we did all that goddamn work to get this goddamn jingle, and I can't fucking use it right now because we're not on StreamYard. So we're just gonna go. We're not even gonna make a big deal out of it. Am I the asshole? So, which one do I want to do first? Let's do a neutral one first, one that's not already predetermined. All right. Am I the asshole for commenting on a sensitive situation for my friend after he was disrespectful towards me and my fiance? Ooh, sounds messy. I, 26 male, have been with my fiance, 25 female, for 4 years. Our wedding is next month, so we're just finalizing things at this point. I've been friends with my friend group for a while now, some since high school, others since college. We meet up all together, usually once a month, just to get together and catch up, and which generally turns into pretty late nights. One of my closest friends, Alex, 27, male, was in attendance tonight, which is a rare occasion due to him traveling frequently for work. He and Ashley don't particularly care for one another, but never have had any large altercations until tonight. We were at one of our local, I have no idea. Is that a real word or is that a fucking,
what's that? BIERGARTENS.
What? I don't know if there's a real word or if that's a massive typo.
That sounds like a typo.
Okay. Just hanging out, and Ashley and I were just getting ready to say our goodbyes. We had all had a few drinks in the time that we had been there. We usually stay out with everyone, but Ashley and I have an appointment at the bridal shop at 10 a.m. and with the florist at 11:30, and a few other errands for the day, so we didn't want to be out super late. Alex and a few others were going to go to a club after the... No, it's not a typo because they typed it again exactly the same way. After the whatever, and they invited us out with them, but Ashley politely declined. Alex said, "Who asked you? Let the man speak for himself." Ooh. Point of order, people. When someone is in a relationship, you don't publicly contest that. You might pull your person to the side, like, "Hey, everything good? Like, what's going on?" But you don't publicly.
No.
I then told Alex not to speak to Ashley that way, because that's why. Because you put them in a position where they have to defend their significant other.
That's right.
And doing anything else would cause issues for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I then told Alex not to speak to Ashley that way and that we wouldn't be coming out due to our busy day tomorrow. We started to get our things together and leave, and Alex said, "Stop being a pussy. She's had you by the balls since you guys started dating. I'm starting to think she's the man in the relationship."
Oh, we on that?
Oh, Alex. Oh, no, baby, what is you doing? After that, I let him have it. His ex-girlfriend, Amy, of 3 years, cheated on him with his brother and his former roommate, and I said, maybe if you had been the man in your relationship, Amy wouldn't have felt the need to sleep with other men. I'm not going to sit here and allow you to speak to my fiance and I this way. That definitely set him off. he started to berate me.
Oh, that set him off. That set him off.
He started to berate me. He started to berate me for the low blow and told me that what I said was fucked up. A few of our friends also said what I said wasn't cool. In the moment, I personally didn't care. I just didn't appreciate him being so disrespectful towards us. We ended up leaving after the fact. Looking back, I feel bad for talking about it because that situation put him in one of his lowest points in life. I've reached out to a few of the more neutral friends who said we were both wrong, but I got too personal, but I don't feel like I did. I care about Alex, but I refuse to allow anyone to speak to myself or my fiance the way that he did. Am I the asshole?
See, I feel like this almost runs head on to the shit I said earlier about breakups during the summer and motherfucking niggas starting podcasts to talk shit on women.
That's funny.
Listen, my thing is, you the one that came out your face saying you brought the man shit. You questioned that man's whole man swag, right? I think she got your balls in her purse and blah blah blah. And the man, knowing you got that on your jacket, knowing that happened to you, right? You set yourself up for that smackdown, and you can get mad all you want. Now somebody can make an argument and say you both was wrong.
I mean, maybe.
It's possible.
Yeah.
But you the one that escalated that conversation.
Right.
And secondly, of course he's not gonna let you sit there and be what he deems disrespectful to a significant. You forced him to have to say something to you by doing that. You don't never put your peoples in that position where if they don't do something, then their significant other gonna look at them and think, you did that.
Right.
And as far as I'm concerned, he responded the way he should have and put a little extra mustard on it with the other shit.
Right.
It was extra mustard. But you can't determine how somebody get their get back after you started some shit.
Yo, listen. Not just significant other.
What if humiliation is your love language?
Not just significant other. This is his fiance.
Yeah.
That means that he's contemplated and decided that this was it for him.
He has invested his future in this person. So
you are now attacking him.
He not going to protect his investment.
Right.
You bitch ass nigga.
Right. Like, you can't attack her. No. Like, what are you? No. Anything less would be uncivilized. Like, what are you?
Bro, and this is the thing.
Lucky he didn't take a glove off and smack your ass in the face.
No, if he'd have pulled out the white glove and did the glove slap, like in Simpsons, gloves. Listen.
I challenge you to a duel.
Look, you're not saying nothing crazy to my wife.
Listen.
You're not saying, I don't give a fuck. We could have just argued earlier that day about some shit.
Right.
You ain't saying nothing crazy to my wife without there being a response.
Right.
It's not. It ain't. I don't take veiled insults.
Right.
Veiled threats. Nah. You know who can insult my wife? Her brother.
Sure. I mean, that's
a jokey, trolly thing.
Right.
Her girlfriends.
People.
Yeah. But motherfuckers outside of that. But look, my friends who they play. They talk shit.
Right.
Fine, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's a difference between what you just did and what I'm talking about. I'm coming at your neck. She's not even gonna have to say anything. If I'm there, like, what are you talking to, Nick? Like, he did that to himself. Yeah. And any backlash, embarrassment he may have suffered.
I mean, that was collateral damage she caused.
Yeah, that's entirely on you,
so, let me read some of these comments. Everyone sucks here. Your friend was out of line, and that is not even in question. You, on the other hand, chose violence.
That's in question. That's in question because he just said the friend. Hey, I love you.
Right.
Doesn't that mean that he
instead of stating that you had plans and sticking to them, you went nuclear on him? And OP responded and said, "I appreciate your input, but I feel like I've been more than fair with him in the past when he's made remarks towards her. I feel bad for mentioning it, but he should have taken no for an answer the first time.
Yeah, no. Also, he should have ended that with, as much in the same way as he responded like that to his friend, he should have responded to this thing like that. He should have said, yo, nah, because blah, 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 and shut your bitch ass up. He should have did that. He should have did that.
Somebody else says, not the asshole, he sounds toxic. The fact that he's trying to blame your girlfriend for your choices and be mean just because you don't want to go out and party says, I've been on the other side of that, getting blamed for my then boyfriend becoming boring after we started dating. They just couldn't believe that he would rather come home with me and chill instead of partying with them all night.
That's what it is.
So it had to be me ordering him.
Right.
What was I supposed to do?
That's very immature. That's some immature shit too. Very immature shit.
Okay. Everybody sex here?
Just as a surprise.
Well, right.
I like hanging out with my wife.
Right, exactly. Why would I choose? If I chose to have a motherfucker.
Yes.
A single motherfucker.
Yes.
That I was going to commit to spending time with for in perpetuity.
Yes.
Wouldn't it stand to reason that I actually like this person?
You would think.
That I enjoy being around this person? That's just how I think about things. Especially given who I am and my personality. Right. If I'm going to...
listen.
If I'm going... Like, it's kind of similar. Like, it's not the same exact thing, but it's kind of similar overarching concept. Like, the song... I can't remember the name of the song. It's... I think... Not... Ed Sheeran. My mama don't like you and she likes everyone. It's one of those types of things. Like, if my mother don't like you, there's a problem.
I've been saying that for years, yo. Listen, my mama, the whole time we growing up, I only heard my mama curse once, and that's when Rodney King got beat up and she looking at that that video. My mom don't curse. My mama is nice now. Don't get twisted. Just when she was younger. You mess with her kids, she will.
That's different. Yeah.
But that's natural shit. But other than that, pleasant. I'm never meaning anybody any harm, none of that shit. So if she don't like you, if she looking at you crazy, that's a red flag for me.
Yeah.
All day,
absolutely.
Every day.
And this is kind of like an inverse of that. Like, if you know me, and you know how much I enjoy the things that I enjoy, and how much I don't enjoy the things that I don't enjoy, and you see me settle down with somebody,
that should tell you everything.
I understand that this person is probably pretty amazing.
This person is probably the exception to every other rule. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yo, this is a nigga that would go to the movies alone.
Nigga. Gleefully.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even back in the day when I had just a bunch of friends that I would hang out with, that was only in Sparks. Like little.
It's like when the MCU started getting big and all my friends happened to want to go see all the movies, I would hope that these niggas wouldn't bring it up before I got a chance to go see it.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, if they brought it up, all right, cool. Yeah, we'll go. But I would hope that I would get a chance to go before they brought it up.
You got to be good company for yourself. You ain't good company for yourself. You ain't good for nobody. Listen,
nigga.
I'm out there, and I go out, take my walk, because everybody needs alone time. Everybody needs some alone time. When I go out there and take my walks and shit, I don't feel like, damn, it sure would be cool if somebody else is standing right there.
No.
I'm good.
I'm good,
my guy.
I'm great.
I'm good.
I am amazing. Anyway, everyone sucks here, but I was torn between everyone sucks here and not the asshole. I think your final paragraph sums it up. Alex is definitely an asshole. No question there. You're not wrong to stand up for yourself and your fiance, but maybe you took it too far, considering that was one of the, quote, lowest points in his life. And you feel guilty, I'm guessing because deep down you know you went too far. Honestly, if you need to rethink your friendship with Alex, he doesn't seem like a good friend, and even if you were to apologize for the low blow, that doesn't change what he said.
It doesn't. Also, so I can agree part of this about the
fact that you feel guilty. Yes, I agree with that part. Yes.
I think it's subjective.
Yeah.
I don't
think you should feel bad.
You should feel bad, but that's subjective. You feel that way somewhere in you feels that way. But I'm just gonna let you know.
I'm just basically, if you're not built for this shit, don't do it that way.
Yeah.
I'm built for this shit.
I'm built for it. Yo, the moment you said her balls in your pants,
nah,
you open the door for all that shit. Hold up. Didn't your girl cheat with your brother?
Right.
You run around this motherfucker. I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit you talking about my emotional stress and everything. You don't look at. You came out here first and questioned the manliness.
Yo.
So now we here. We here now.
You know what? I'm not mad at this one. Everyone sucks here. You made a friendship ending comment in response to a friendship ending level of disrespect. So let the friendship end and move on. I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at it either. But I also think what we need to stop doing is making it about the response. Nigga, don't stop.
Oh, no, absolutely.
No, it won't be nothing.
Yeah,
no, won't be. Would he have said that? Had this guy not said what he said? That's the question.
No.
You provoked
because there would be no reason for him to say that.
There's no reason for him to say it. And y'all friendship would have went on as usual, and it wouldn't have been nothing crazy.
Nope.
He makes the accountability as a mother. Accountability, you motherfuckers trapped up all the time. You are responsible for what you say. This where people don't misunderstand what having the freedom to say whatever you want is killing y'all. Yeah. It's killing y'all because the reality
you're
is
at liberty to say whatever
you can
want.
say whatever you look.
There's going to be a consequence.
All those comedians that's complaining about that shit now still has the absolute right to say any fucking joke. Nobody made a law. Nobody banned it. No type of shit like that. They wasn't thrown out of the club. Right. None of that shit happened. What happened was the same way you're exercising your right to say what the fuck you want. These people are exercising their right to not accept that from you and say, I don't rock with you no more. Or I'm about to talk about how when your brother and your roommate ran a train on your girl,
listen,
and they had a picture of you up there on the backboard of the damn. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you did that.
Facts.
You did that.
Facts. That's all right. Next one. Am I the asshole for telling my friend we all hate her boyfriend? Yikes. Hi, all. First post, so sorry in advance if it's hard to follow. I, 31-year-old female, have a close friend, 28-year-old female, who I'll call Tina. She's been dating her boyfriend, 33-year-old male, who we'll call Matt, for 2 years. Matt is generally an asshole, flaky, and inconsiderate. For example, not even getting Tina a present on her birthday because, quote, she had enough shit, end quote. Yikes. Oh. Great guy, I know. Last week, Tina announced at dinner their engagement. I was horrified. Yo, stop. Pause right there. Nigga. If a friend has the reaction to me getting engaged that they're horrified.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's
pretty crazy.
And anyway, all right. I was horrified and talked to our other friends about it the next day. They all hated Matt, but loved Tina and didn't want to hurt her feelings. So they told me not to say anything. I couldn't do it. A couple of days ago, Tina and I had a planned lunch. My ability to stay quiet grew thinner and thinner until she started talking about the wedding, and I couldn't take it anymore. This is where I might be the asshole. I broke, telling her marrying Matt was a mistake. He didn't care about her, and he didn't deserve her. She blew up at me, telling me I barely know him, that she was the love of his life and he of hers, and that I was a terrible friend. I tried to explain that I was only telling her to save her from this marriage and not to hurt her. She said that just because I was jealous, I shouldn't ruin her special day, and I got mad. And I told her it wasn't just me, to find someone who actually likes him, that we all hate him, and stormed out. She called our friend group and told them what I said. I woke up yesterday morning to text from all of them saying I shouldn't have involved them or said anything in the first place, and I was an asshole. It's starting to get to me. So, am I the asshole? Yes!
Yeah, you're an asshole.
What do you mean? What the fuck?
And snitched on the whole group.
Nigga!
Snitched on the whole group and put them involved in some shit, and now they got to have an explanation to her about whether or not they like her shithead, shitbird boyfriend and shit. Come on, man. You did that. You're an asshole.
The funny thing about this is, right, I relate to the situation, not either of those two people, but I relate to the situation because in my history, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm generally not fan of my significant other. Generally not a fan of my significant other's friends.
I'm trying to think, has that been the case? Yeah.
And for the most part, that is because I've dealt with significant others that have friends that appear to be like this girl.
Yeah.
Mind your motherfucking business. If I am not hurting this woman, off of me. Stay off of me. Leave me alone. Especially if you in my face trying to be all friendly and all sort of bullshit, and then behind my back you want to talk about how,
my strong suggestion. Like, I will say this about my wife's friends. All of the friends that I've ever met her, they cool people. I don't know if they ever said anything behind the nigga back, but all of the ones I've met been cool. They've been cool. But I have been in relationships where I did not like none of them motherfuckers. And part of it is because, well, I know one situation in particular I'm thinking about, when motherfuckers judging you about where you're from and have an expectation of you having a certain type of behavior because these motherfuckers are county, mounty, soft as fucking bounty, and you don't carry yourself in the same manner which they carry yourself. You carry yourself in a manner in which the environment raised you to be. And if you're not meaning any harm, you're not even purposely trying to intimidate them.
Yeah.
They're intimidated because of their lack of fortitude about who the fuck they are. So my presence makes them feel a way about who they are. Because I'm not in there threatening niggas. I ain't in there doing none of that shit. And yet, I was in a relationship before where most of the male friends that she had, she went to school with, and this and the third like that, and all this shit like that, these niggas was super hyper intimidated. And mostly because of where I'm from, and then their interpretation of how I carry myself, right? That's all it was. It wasn't me going up in there, chumping niggas, doing all that. But none of that is you are intimidated because you lack something in yourself.
Yeah.
That when you see it in me, it make you feel a way. Like, I'ma think of you that way. Right. I don't care about you being a Robert De Niro ass nigga. I don't care. As long as you cool peoples.
Right. That's what matters. Right.
Yeah, I don't care about none of that shit. But you assuming that I do because of where I'm from and how I do. That's not, nah. That's you.
Listen. The reason I have an issue with this is because people misunderstand. I'm about to do that thing that I hate doing on here. I'm about to tell the truth to a level that might sound like bragging a little bit, but it is. And actually, if you know me, you'll know that I'm not actually bragging when I say this. It's just what the fuck happens.
Right.
Unfortunately. All right. Well, first of all, before I get to that, I don't like people. Right.
Well, we've established that, I believe, over what?
No, I just want to be clear.
100 plus episodes.
Yeah, I just want to be clear about it. I don't like people. That is not a joke. I know we laugh when we say it.
Yeah, but it's not.
It's not a joke. It's real shit. I do not like people. I would much prefer to not have to deal with them. However, we live in a society, and I'm one of those people who is aware of that fact and understand what the fuck that means. Cool, right? And people like to lump these things together. I want to express to you how separate they are. One, I don't like people. That is its own thing. Right. Two, I am an introvert.
True.
My social battery is very low. The way that it recharges is me being by myself.
That's facts. These are the facts.
That is a separate thing. Put that over here. Three, I am shy. I don't like attention. It physically bothers me. Right? So those three things that people confuse and conflate are three separate things. What is also true, unfortunately, is people fucking love me, right? And I hate that shit with a passion. Don't get me wrong. The babies I'm fine with.
Yeah, you be on some shit with the babies.
Yeah, kids love me and I love the kids. That's one thing.
Wu-Tang for the children.
Wu-Tang for the children. That's a scripture and phrase. But I don't like the ones that are grown. Like, I don't
turn into something.
Yeah, I just generally I'd rather not be bothered. However, I happen to be affable. If I'm not worried about you in some type of way, if my defenses are not up, and if I'm not having a bad day, I happen to be affable. I happen to be quite coquettish. And in certain circles, in certain circles, right? In certain circles, that is admired. People are drawn to that shit. Like, I used to have, I don't know how much of this I can say. Hopefully I don't get in trouble. I used to have, well, put it like this. I've had a version of this with pretty much every significant other I've had. Like I said, I don't like significant other's friends of GP. Not specific people, just in general. Yeah, in general. Of GP, I'd rather not. Mm-hmm. However, it's a thing that always tends to happen. They always seem to find their way around me, and then they love me, right? Which depending on who it is, it's cool, right? Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, me not liking people doesn't mean, again, I still understand that I'm a part of a fucking society. And if I'm going to be in a relationship with somebody,
it's not like you don't understand. Like, you have an understanding of, listen, that not liking people thing. This is the other reason that the people that you do, the individuals that you do, whatever, that's why they're special. That's why you react the way you react about them, because it's not a lot of them. Yeah.
Facts. 1,000% facts. Yo. Listen, I can't help it.
Lord, good afternoon.
Yo, it is what it is. Like, and like there was a bit of that in my current relationship. But it was like a custom version of that because of how long I've known Chrissy and how
so you already know some of these people.
I'm aware of. Yeah, and it's like certain things. Like,
it's not like they completely new people out of the blue. Yeah,
and it's like certain things I know. It's like certain things I know about some of you. Certain things I know some of you know about me.
Right.
And that may or may not inform how you feel about me, and vice versa.
Right.
So I think one issue that Chrissy had with understanding it was I tend to say things that are matter-of-factly. So I think, and
excuse me, sir, but this is a matter of the facts.
I don't. So, and this isn't a Chrissy thing. I think this is I think this might be an issue with me communicating. People sometimes will hear me say something matter-of-factly and think that I'm saying it absolutely.
Yes.
And that's not the case. I'm speaking on the facts of the matter as they present themselves currently.
And how it looks
there's a thing that could change. I am always open to new information. There is a situation. Prime example. This is the part I shouldn't get in trouble. Shouldn't. Hopefully. There was a situation with one of her friends. There was some static, right? And I gave her the reasons why there was static on my, and I gave her the reasons of I gave her the reasons of why there was static on my end, right? Mm-hmm. My point in saying that was, this is what I believe to be true about what his feelings are about me. As long as that stands,
got you.
Yeah, as long as that stands, we can't be cool.
Right.
And that is what it is. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a big deal. However, as long as what I believe to be correct continues to seem to be correct.
No, that's facts. No, that's facts.
We can't. Nigga. No. That nigga done been over here 4 or 5 times now. And that's what I'm saying. Right. There was new information. I've realized there was clarification. Put it like that. There was a clarification, and along with that clarification came actions that matched them.
Right.
Boom. Issue gone. Issue completely gone. 1,000%. And it's stuff like that. She was a little worried because she was thinking that my mind was made up. Nothing's going to change.
And it will be,
right.
They think, like they said, they think that once you said the thing, end the discussion.
Right. No.
Throw the key away. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, I mean, listen, I don't really have a lot of prerequisites with significant others, friends. I do say I don't like super touchy feely ass niggas, only because I am a friend. I have been a friend to quite a bit of women.
Yeah.
Right. And the nature of our friendships has waxed, waned, changed, altered from just tonic to we saying that this is going to be something to, okay, this ain't going to be nothing, but we still want to do that.
This is interesting.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
And so, like,
I'm about to challenge you.
When I see a bit touchy feely, and I know that's your friend, but I don't know.
Right.
I've been in situations
absolutely, 100%.
But man, we done bumped. Right.
So,
I don't know. And is this a nigga trying to mark what he considered to have been his territory?
Okay.
So he's super. Like, I know how guys think.
Right.
I don't. How can I put this? I react poorly.
Yes.
To shit like that.
Yes. Understandable.
Very poorly.
All right.
Shit like that.
Let me challenge you. Mm-hmm. Walk with me. I would offer the reason that bothers you so much is because you aren't a touchy feeling.
Yo, I knew you was gonna.
Right? Listen. Walk with me. Because I am that person. All of those other things are still true. I do not fucking like people. I am shy. I am an introvert. I'd rather not be. Ask somebody else to do. I don't want to be around. I don't want to be involved. However, because of how I was raised in my family, I am that touchy-feely friend. I am that. And also, it was funny. We were having a conversation downstairs. My friend group was over here, and Marcus was saying something about, we were talking about someone very specific, and he was talking about how touchy-feely I was with them, and he mentioned her breasts and said something about, and I said, Marcus, I grab your breasts. Like, what are we talking about here? But the thing about it is, I'm getting to the point of what you were talking about. One of the friends that was in the room when I made that statement is someone who I am not touchy-feely with.
Right.
In any way, shape, or form. So, you are right. There are niggas who do that and think that way specifically and all that. Yes. However, I have friends who fit into all of these different circles of that type of thing. I have friends female friends who I've been touchy-feeling with, and that ended up turning into something. Mm-hmm. I have friends who I'm female friends who I'm touchy-feely with,
and
it turned into nothing.
Absolutely.
I have friends that I still consider as much of my friend as that second group, but that I'm not touchy-feely with at all.
Right.
I can't really explain why. I guess it's the personality of the person mixed with my personality. Probably. I guess, but
probably. But what I'm gonna say to you is, I'm trying to think of a single. Nope, I can't think of a single woman that I was with that if one of the female friends had grabbed my shit in front of them, they not gonna wild out.
All right.
They gonna what? They going.
All right. Yes, but I think it's telling that you went for the most extreme example.
To me, breasts are sexual.
Right, but if
this nigga's girl's breasts.
Right, hold on, wait. Yes, no, hold on, listen. Yes. However,
that's the only reason I use that.
No, you're right. However, breasts are sexual because they're sexualized, right? The equivalent would not be the breast. The equivalent, what?
Yes, it would.
No, it wouldn't.
The
equivalent would be some Trump shit.
There you go on your job.
The equivalent would be some Trump shit.
And grab a woman.
No. That's not what we talking about. That's not what we talking about, nigga. The equivalent would be some Trump shit, and you know it. The equivalent would be grab her by the,
What I'm saying is, all of these things are only what they are because humans have made it thusly.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not true.
There's nothing intrinsic. There's nothing intrinsically special, body part wise, about reproductive parts. That's just the.
You have to have sex in order for them to do what they were meant to do.
You don't have to have sex to touch somebody where you shouldn't be touching them.
No, that's not what I said. See? Hold up. No. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. You said there's nothing intrinsically special about reproductive parts. And my response was, you have to have sex in order for them to do what they are meant to do. That is the point that I'm making. That is not the case.
Not meant to do. Motherfuckers use their mouths on every part.
That's not the point that I'm making. I'm not suggesting that you should go around kissing your friends on the lips. That's not what I'm saying. That's not the point that I'm making.
Because motherfuckers going to wild out. That shit is
that would be a problem. Yes, that would be an issue. That would absolutely be an issue.
Oh, wow.
I am not suggesting that, matter of fact, I am not suggesting that anybody walk around just randomly kissing motherfuckers on the lips. No.
Well, do that shit.
No. I'm saying that the one-on-one equivalent for somebody grabbing your shit would not be the breast. It might be the 1-to-2 equivalent.
What I'm saying is the response is still going to be the same.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Like I said, if you doubt this, go on your job.
No. Hold up. No. We're not talking about work. We're not talking about work. It's a different type of propriety.
All right. Go to anybody. For instance, any girl. You could have known her for years. Walk up behind her, and you're just talking about the weather. Yeah, it's kind of cold outside.
Listen to me clearly. Listen to me clearly. All right, I'll put it like this. I promise you. I can't speak for the I can't speak for the person because we're going to talk about an imaginary person, right?
Right.
So I can't speak to their wants and life and desires and all that other bullshit. Imaginary person, imaginary woman. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure. I've never asked this, so I'm winging it right now.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that I would get a different reaction from Chrissy if I walk up on a woman and grab their boobs, or if I walk up on a woman and trump them.
Different reaction.
Yes. That's the point. That's the only point I was making. I'm not saying there wouldn't be a reaction either way. That's not, because that's not realistic.
I think it's the same.
It's not. You would get a different reaction. The same if you get a different reaction. Yo, wait. What you just said is anti-science.
I think Chris.
What you just said is anti-science.
What that
You
if
said
you grab a woman's
no, the
exact
no, nigga, no. The sentence that came out of your mouth.
What was that?
You said different reaction. I think it's the same. Scientifically, it is not the same.
No, I'm talking about the reaction from the person.
I'm talking about
you saying that you think you'll get a different reaction.
No, nigga, you said no. Hold up, this started because you said you haven't been with a woman that would react well to someone coming up and grabbing your shit. We're not talking about your reaction. We're talking about your significant other's reaction. So I'm not talking about the reaction of the person.
Okay.
I'm talking about the significant other's reaction.
Chrissy.
Right.
You think Chrissy wouldn't have a problem?
That's not what I said. I never said that.
What Okay, so let's quantify reaction.
Well, she just.
What's the reaction? Like, all right. So, what's the difference between the reaction of you doing that versus the reaction of you doing a Trump?
Listen,
what's the scale?
I couldn't tell you because I'm not Chrissy. But what we do have is confirmation that what I said was true because she just said different reaction, yes, still bad reactions. Sure.
That's why I need the because we talking. You just said science.
Okay, so hypothetically,
what reaction that is.
All right, to be as benign as possible. One thing turns yellow, the other thing turns red.
No, I'm talking about.
I'm talking about the reaction, but I can't. I'm talking about the reaction. One thing turns yellow, the other thing turns red. We have been predisposed to look at red as the worst.
Yes.
Right. One turns yellow, the other turns red. That don't mean that the yellow thing couldn't be close to catastrophic. It could be. I said it could be. Listen. I'm making no arguments that the lesser reaction is not still a bad reaction.
What I'm going to say, just speaking for me, my reaction is going to be the same if a motherfucker comes up and touches my wife.
No, hold up. But also,
my reaction is going to be the same.
Also, I feel like that's different because of how we were raised and how we were conditioned. And I feel like that's different.
I think all of
but that's one of the reasons why I use
all of this conditioning. I think all of it is conditioning.
Yes.
All of it's conditioning. 100%. All of it.
And some of certain condition breaking behavior is going to meet backlash almost immediately.
Yes.
Because of habits and all that other stuff. So, sure, but again.
I think, first of all of it's conditioning.
Yes.
Because you'll see cats sniffing each other's ass. Nobody wows.
Nobody bats an eye.
Nobody bats an eye. It's definitely human societal conditioning.
Yeah.
100%.
If you walk up to a random woman and your nose is down there, that's kind of weird, my guy.
Yeah. Bro, they coming to get you. What I'm trying to tell you, they get you. Also, if you go to court, if somebody gets mad and you go to court, the judge is not going to be like, well, no. The judge is like, oh, that's sexual assault.
Oh, also, I want to clear something up because you and your propensity to be a hammer. The argument that I was making was not walking up to a woman and grabbing her breast.
No.
I was talking about any type of touch, like it happening to touch.
No. I'm not even like, to me, that part, that's not the touchy-feely part I'm talking about. I'm talking about that's the disconnect.
Okay.
That's the disconnect. I'm not talking about you hug. This is your friend. You know, you hug your friend. This, that, never, all of that. That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I've seen other situations with other people. Thankfully, I'm not involved because I'd be in jail, right? I've seen other situations where I'm looking at motherfuckers doing things to people's girls, even though there's friends first and all of that, and I'm looking at the reaction from said dude.
Oh, so that's just disrespectful.
In a relationship with the shit.
Yeah,
and
no,
that's going, what?
That's just disrespectful.
You letting that nigga? You ain't gonna say nothing? She gonna?
Yeah.
the friend shit don't cover what I saw.
No. Hold up. Yes. Okay. That absolutely was the disconnect. Because nigga. That's
that was the disconnect. That's what and you're right about this other part too. It is about me being the hammer because I go right to
right.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that's your hunger. You walk up to it, put your arm around it, blah, blah, blah. No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the situations I've seen where that shit.
Yeah, nigga, you gotta be bold as fuck to just walk up to a woman and grab her.
I'm going to react the same way. You touch her butt, you touch that.
That's different. Yes, I agree. No, I agree with that one. I agree with that.
I'm going to react the same. You know what I'm saying? That's why I would see situations like I watched situations like this take place, and I'm looking at the other nigga, the one that's in the relationship with her, going, that mean what it got with the question mark. See, I'm doing that, going, you gonna steal on this nigga?
Listen, Mike, hold up, Mike. Only certain friendships cover honk. You can't honk. You can't just walk up and honk. No, my guy. Listen. No.
My squeezy.
A very
not doing that.
A very specific. There has to be a very specific situation for honk to be permissible. Very specific situation.
That shit going. It's going.
And most of them are not.
It's going to cause the house to let out. like my grandfather said when he was a kid, he went to a house party and some shit kicked off, and the motherfucker pulled out a straight razor, and everybody in that motherfucker was like, "Nope, time to leave."
And the entrance became an exit.
Same reaction.
And the entrance became an exit.
Yes. That's back before motherfuckers was just coming in there with the drum and the Draco and shit.
Right.
A straight razor.
No, they don't.
Everybody knew what a straight razor will do.
Yeah, they don't forgive. They don't forgive at all.
The slightest, it will open you up. You know what I'm saying? It'll open you up. No,
Mike. Again, I said honk is permissible under very specific criteria. Very specific.
And I would just so be clear to the people that listen to this and not understanding what we're talking about. We are not. Nobody on this show is suggesting that you ruin your life.
Oh no. No, nigga, listen to me clearly. There are certain things, right? It's one of those situations where don't let your little friends get you fucked up.
Don't let your little friends get you fucked up.
In this situation, we're your little friends. Please. Please don't let us get you fucked up. Please do not. Please do not take what I said and try to just randomly apply that to your life. No. The people I'm talking about, I use the word friend.
These are people that you know.
Yeah, I use the word friend. Yes. I don't use the word friend lightly.
Exactly.
There are very specific people.
Paradigm. Right. It's a different paradigm. Don't go out there.
Yeah, please.
I've literally had to make this. I've had to make this before about usage of the word nigga. I'm like, listen, hear me out. Hear me out. I care about you.
Right.
I don't want you going out there and getting your shit rocked.
And to be clear, this is my help. This is me helping you.
Yes, this is me helping you. Just because you hearing us throw it around, it's fun, blah, 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 and you may hear it in the song or two and all of a sudden, because for a while, I stopped putting that in my song because I knew my demographic audience is not that. I don't want them getting in. I don't want you to get fucked up out here. Because I'm telling you right now,
I can't do nothing for you at that point.
It's some brothers and sisters out here that's going on principle for the ancestors. Make you pay, make you pay in ways that they're gonna make it their business. Like they doing this for MLK. They doing this for. Don't do it.
It ain't worth it. It ain't worth ruining whatever you got going on.
Nah, it's not.
Promise you.
All of these are thought experiments. We are having thought experiments.
Yes. Matter of fact, I even mentioned a specific person's name. Yes. That person is a gay man.
Yes.
Don't take this.
Yes. bro. I'm glad you. No, I forgot all about the fact that somebody.
Yeah, I mentioned the person's name. That man is a gay man. Let's not. Please don't think. Oh, SPJ did such and such, so you should let me. No.
Yeah, nah, it's not what.
It's not the point I was making. No. It's not the point I was making.
Sometimes I forget that you do have to make adjustments for the biggest idiot.
Yes.
You have to because they're there. They exist. They're gonna take what you say and go. Phew! You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The average person, no.
Right.
Do have to adjust for the biggest idiot.
Yeah, you gotta course correct. You gotta.
That's the other thing too. These conversations we have here, they are adjusted. Like if y'all think this pod can get crazy sometimes, the podcast that we don't record,
nigga.
You know what I'm saying? We are acutely aware.
Yeah.
Of where we are at all times.
There are details and names and shit that I can't say.
Oh my goodness,
on air.
Bro.
That team is aware of off air.
Mm-hmm. And trying to navigate that,
nigga.
This is how some of you other parties get fucked up too, right? Y'all forget where you are or what you're doing in the midst of a heated conversation, and y'all say some shit. And once it don't stay in that room.
Yeah.
You said it. It's out there. And now they taking it. This is chum in the water, right? People are taking that shit. Going, this person, next thing you know, it's a whole thing. They got think pieces writing about your ass. It's all got. I've seen it happen, bro. I've seen it happen. To the point where, take a Joe Budden show. They start their show off now with a disclaimer. They start off with a disclaimer, right? Yes. Because you can lose yourself, especially in a room full of people. See, with me and SBJ, we hold each other accountable. So, yeah. But when you're in a room full of people, like they got like 6 motherfuckers on camera now and shit. When you got 6 motherfuckers on camera and they all talk from different this, that, and life and all this shit like that, it can get kind of dicey up there. You gotta be whoever's the ringmaster has to be on his job.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Let me give y'all a quick example of what we talk about. Me and SPJ have produced other people's podcasts. There has been times where in the midst of recording, one of the hosts is going down a line of argumentation that you should not be doing.
And we see that shit coming from a mile away.
Yeah, a mile away. Like the platforms that you are broadcasting on, they not with that shit. They on some. You about to get everything shut the fuck down,
right?
And they don't see because they so in the midst of this conversation they're having. People also tend to overestimate their ability to understand and navigate certain topics with the tact that needs in order to keep their shit still broadcasting.
Thanks.
Right? There have been times when we saw it about to happen. SBJ has grabbed me like, nigga, they about to.
Yes.
There are times where I have had to interject as oh,
right.
Let's not do that. we not here to do that, or have to be the at least the balanced voice on the topic.
Yeah,
I'm not even supposed to be on the shit, but the balanced voice of there's another way to look at that to see that because they're about to ruin everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're about to go off topic and ruin everything.
Facts, or not even as grave as that. Sometimes, like you guys have seen.
Yes.
When Addie's on the podcast, if there's a thing that hasn't been fully explained or hasn't, whatever the case may be, or that we might not be ready for everybody to know, or whatever the case may be, you'll hear me say, "Yo, Addie." Now, right now,
facts. There might be a matter of a needed representation of said group for us to really go into this shit because it's not fair to have us not being a part of that group commenting on that specific group dynamic.
Absolutely.
And SBJ be quick to be like, huh?
Right.
Nope. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
We don't have the.
Yeah. We're not equipped right now.
This is what it is to me, media trained.
Thanks.
And some of you have a lot of money and a lot of engagement. So there's no excuse because this show doesn't make money. This show doesn't have a shit ton of sponsors. Right. This show, and yet we're media trained. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't be really giving niggas passes. Like when motherfuckers be saying, when they be saying shit like, yeah, but when you talk a lot, talk for a living, talk every day, something comes to, I'm not getting, you making too much money for that to lead at the chance. You're making too much money to lead at the chance.
Yeah.
You about to fuck up.
Treat it as a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Treat it as a job.
That doesn't mean
and it would be better for you to understand.
Facts. And that doesn't mean like I did see a comment on another show about a certain broadcaster saying that he seems to have clammed up now and not offered much of anything because he got jammed up before with some shit. What I would say to you is, if that is your response, you shouldn't be on the pod anymore.
Right.
Like, if you made a mistake and fucked it up, correct it, clean it, and keep moving. Learn from it.
It's called learning, yeah.
Yeah. There's ways to navigate all sensitive topics.
Yeah.
All sensitive topics can be navigated a certain type of way where you don't shut your show down, right? Or shut yourself up. Yeah. And when I saw that, I did notice it. It wasn't somebody brought it to my attention in the comments that I didn't notice that this particular host of the show has seemed to be a lot more subdued. Mm-hmm. So you're not really an asset to the show, actually, because you're not really offering any thoughts or any reactions on shit. Why are you there? You're just getting a check.
If you can't do your thing without being super controversial, then you can't do your thing.
Yeah. And when people say to me, well, they talk a lot, do you realize that there are news journalists on cable TV that have a daily show? Right. They go 4 hours sometimes. If they manage to do that shit, you can do the shit too.
I mean, it's also like the Bill Burr argument. Like, Bill Burr makes racial jokes all the time.
All the time.
You'd be hard pressed to find a bunch of people that call him a racist comedian.
Nope. How is it that it's possible for him to navigate this landscape of everything so sensitive? How is he able to do this? Because if you've heard of Bill Burr stand-up, Bill is crude, he's crass. Mm-hmm. He be on some shit sometimes, right?
Thanks.
And he has never waded into those waters of people referring to him as some racist little shit, saying mean things about punching down. You don't see that.
It's because he's good.
That's why I said, yeah, a lot of y'all not good at what you. Let's just call it a spin. You may have gotten thus far because of people you know, because of affiliations, or maybe there are some things that you do really, really well.
Right.
Some sections of it that you do really, really well. But there's other motherfuckers that's just better than y'all. Mm-hmm. They are better than you. And so when you sit here and say, we can't say nothing no more, Bill Burr say what the fuck he want. Bill Burr say what the fuck he want. Here's a prime example of somebody who is clearly not politically correct.
No, not at all.
And he still managed not to do that shit. And therefore, I am calling some of the other ones hacks until further notice. Absolutely. Like Bill Maher. You are a hack. Yeah. If that is preventing you from going on a college campus and doing a show and not, you are a hack.
Yo, you brought him up. I don't know if we talked about this. He had an interview lined up with Steve-O, and Steve-O asked him, could you not smoke during our interview because I'm sober? He said no. What?
Come on, bro.
You couldn't not smoke. And then he, of course, went into victim mode.
Of course he did.
Like,
they
no,
always
he's I'm supposed to not smoke so that he can be comfortable and blah. Yes.
You asked him on your you know what? You asked him on the show to do the interview. You don't think you need to make some concessions for your guest? Especially something like that. That ain't a big deal unless you're telling me you're addicted.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
Are you addicted to the smoke?
Right.
You addicted to that? Then let us know.
That's what I was thinking. Bill Meyer says it's ridiculous Steve-O thought, quote, I should give up pot smoking for an interview just because he has a problem.
Yeah, because it's just one interview.
Yeah, right.
And if it's an interview that you want, and respecting this man's sobriety, which, by the way, nothing we're saying is controversial.
No!
If you're going to talk to any place that deals with people and their addictions, they tell them, don't be around people who do the shit or any of that shit that you was addicted to, because it's too much of a temptation for you to backslide, especially if you're in a very sensitive part of your recovery. It's real sensitive. If you can't make that concession for your guests, that's what I mean by some of y'all are just bad people.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000%.
Y'all trying to wrap the argument into some larger point about, but no, you're just a bad person.
All right, got quotes. That Steve-O guy was taking shots at me in the press recently. It was an unfortunate, I don't want to start a feud, and I'm sorry that he felt slighted or something, but it is ridiculous that somebody thinks I should give up pot smoking because they have a problem. Then I'm sorry you can't be here. I already have another show. It's called Real Time. It's on HBO, and it's very much not with pot. This is different. Okay. This is just shooting the shit, and this is how I shoot the shit. This is an attempt to get conversation as real as it ever was. Just like if we were doing this, and I don't see anything that we've said that I wouldn't have just said to you if there were no cameras here. And you even know where the cameras are. Okay, so let's remember that. I have no feud with any of these jackass guys. I watched all the movies. They are funny. Steve-O said, I'm a clean and sober guy. It is very important that I maintain my sobriety. It's approaching 16 years. I'm about to be sweet 16. Really, there's nothing I value more than my sobriety. There's nothing more that I protect than my recovery. I found it kind of upsetting when the Bill Meyer podcast reached out and he smokes pot the whole time while he interviews people. I said I'd happily go on there, but while I'm on, out of respect for my sobriety, could he refrain from smoking pot? He said no, and that's a deal breaker.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that. It's one interview. Yeah. It's one interview. With a guy, this is not a guy who said, I don't like the fact that you smoke marijuana.
Right.
So he's making a moral judgment and a political point to ask you not to do that. That's not what's happening.
You're not being oppressed.
You're not being oppressed. This is a guy. What's up, Cosmic? This is a guy who, for many years, did all that hard shit, all that hard drugs, and he is at a point. He's 16 years straight.
Yeah.
Protecting this because he's protecting his life. He's protecting his relationship with his loved ones. All of that. You can't make that one concession. Cool. But then you don't get to act like you're not an asshole.
That's probably going to be next.
What? Oh, honey? Yeah. The hot toddy. Is that what's going on over there? Is that what you wanted to get into over there with this show? With 3 hours?
As soon as this is over. Oh, my bad. Listen. God damn it, we went on a long-ass tangent.
Yes.
Yes, you're the asshole. Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
You're the asshole. You're the asshole for telling your friend that all of your friends hate her boyfriend.
Yeah.
You're especially when it seems like you don't really know him at all.
You're an asshole because that's something y'all talk about in confidence. And in order to dig yourself out of that, instead of speaking for yourself, you put them in there to try to cover your shit. Right. Yes, you are indeed the asshole.
Yeah. And that's it.
So, this was a great show. I ain't gonna lie. This is a standout episode. As I can say. It was dope. Great commentary, great discussion, all of that. And a lot of that is thanks to you guys.
Yeah.
You do this show every week. And it is the Saturday morning cartoon block, true. But we couldn't continue to do this if it wasn't for you guys' participation and your contribution, actually, to the show. So thank you for that. Do not forget that there is not only always music, but there is new music coming about. You bastards.
Hey. It is what it is.
Also, don't forget
Where
to
is
check
she?
out. You're Steve.
Oh, my bad.
You have nothing to do with all of your strength. Listen. Do not forget to check out my sister, his significant other, Chrissy's podcast, Heard It Through the Grapevine. Very, very informative podcast. A very humorous podcast.
Absolutely.
A podcast that
They be wildin'. I mean, yeah.
They be wildin'. You know what I'm saying? They do be wildin' and shit. Go check them out. Also, don't forget to check out our guy Super Side Guys and the other guy Hendrix podcast, Metas and Mutants. You can check that out as well. I talked to Eddie, and he's definitely getting himself in a position to be able to start doing some content again too. So you saw he just popped up. For those of you that were here, he just popped up for a second, say hey on the show. So salute to Eddie.
Absolutely.
And also, if those of you who are interested have not, if you want to get your hands on any Majestic Comics merch, books, whatever, go check out majesticcomics.shop. Also, don't forget to check out the Reaper Legion store. It's a bunch of new shirts and all that other stuff on there, and merch on there. Go check that shit out as well. Trying to think, is there anything else that I am not covering? Oh, if you have an animal, right? A little pet, little fluffy, whatever, and you need some grooming and you're in the area, go check out my wife's Fluff You business. There's a website that's already up for that. All of that, go check that out as well. And she also sells products about that for dry baths. If your animals can't really get wet and they need a dry bath,
right?
The dry shampoo shit, all natural, smells great, tastes great. They can actually eat it. You know what I'm saying? If they lick it off, it ain't gonna hurt them and shit. Go check that shit out.
Right.
So for my man SBJ, Tombstone the Dead Man, and for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out.
Peace.